Excelsior, and welcome to Sword and Key for SuperNormal Wedding of the Sentries. It's June Pride Month. Welcome. It's super awesome to have you here. We're super excited to be continuing our campaign for Trans Lifeline, and I am joined by all these lovely faces who have made up some wonderful superhero characters that they don't really get to like express their superpowers in because that's not what this game is about. We'll talk about it here in a second, but I do want to say again, we are raising money for Trans Lifeline. There are incentives to this game and actually all of our games, so you can donate to Trans Lifeline at any time through the Tiltify link that you can find on our socials as well as in chat. Anything helps. It's always appreciated. It's a great cause. And like I said, you can make things a little more interesting for games. You can donate in between games. It just always gets paid forward to whatever the next one is. And yet, like I said, your money's going towards a great cause. For Sword and Key stuff, always bear in mind that you can check out all of our things, including our Tiltify links at beacons.ai/sword and key. You can also find our discount codes there. We have discount codes for Greenleaf Geek Dice if you're looking to get a new dice set. Cosmetics brands, Wishbone Cosmetics, which is UK-based queer-owned company that makes vegan cosmetics for fantasy tropes. You can also get a custom miniature through Eldritch Foundry and get 10% off there of your first purchase with code Sword and Key. So check out all of those on our beacons. You can also find our socials. You can join our Discord. Lots of great stuff. Find our podcast. All that cool stuff. But for this game, I'm going to have these lovely people introduce themselves and say a little bit about their characters and I guess their characters' super version and their alter ego. All right, because there's kind of like two people in one. So I'm gonna go with as our stream presents. So Maso, if you don't mind starting us out, your character maybe a little bit about their powers that they're not really gonna get to use too much of, hopefully, and anything else you want to share.
Sure. So my characters, I guess we'll start with the alter ego, the human side. My character is Ramiro Zaldun, who is a professor, uses they, them pronouns. So a university professor of archaeology who moonlights as a superhero. And that all happened after Ramiro kind of went to the Basque Pyrenees in Europe and found an old shrine, found a strange seed, ended up getting it implanted in themselves and developed weird wood powers. So kind of like a more humanoid Groot. Out of superhero form, they are neurotic and very jumpy and anxious and dicey, but also very smart and knowledgeable. And then in their superhero form, they typically go under a transformation where they look like a kind of wooden statue, and they're known for being very stoic and kind of picturesque. They're also an X with one of the other characters, but I'll leave that up to the other player if they want to reveal that right away, or if we just want people to find out as the game progresses. But yeah, wood-based superpowers, and then just anxious book nerd kind of history dork human side.
Fantastic. Really, I love classic tropes. This is kind of a Silver Age-ish game, so definitely giving some Swamp Thing meets Firestorm vibes. Definitely into it. Next up, we have... Oh, what'd you go by? Tori.
Hello, my name is Tori. You can find me all over the internet as that nerd Tori. I use they, them pronouns, and today I will be playing Mia Morris. Her superhero name is Minuet. She's sort of X-Men mutant type character. She was born with powers. She has extremely strong telekinetic powers that sort of come across as telekinesis, but what she's actually doing is affecting the way atoms vibrate. This makes her very good at music. She is a violinist by trade. And very bad at controlling whether she slightly moves an object or explodes it. She ran away from home at a young age because of being a mutant with pretty uncontrollable powers, and was raised by a kindly older super-powered gentleman, telepath, think like a Professor X type, who it was like, oh boy, this kid's powers can be really dangerous. Let's make sure that she can control them. And she doesn't have perfect control of them, but she's trying really hard.
Incredible. I love that very, very much. Let's see. I was looking at the screen and realized you were all in a little square, so I'm gonna make kind of a U shape. And so Jenine, if you don't mind going next.
Hello, I'm Jenine. I use they, them pronouns, but today I'll be playing Whirlwind, aka Willhaven Espinoza. She is the granddaughter of very big, great superheroes in the Philippines, but their family wanted to get away from that life and came to the States. Too late, their child decided to become a superhero, actually an assistant to a superhero, a little sidekick, and has been Allseed sidekick since they were a teenager. In college, she just graduated from college, her master's program, and also graduated from the Sidekick Academy. So that's how she ended up at this wedding. She talks fast. She's a speedster who has fire and ice powers that she uses mostly in her fans that she carries as her fighting tactics. But she's here. She's still new. She's probably month 3, 4. In the superhero world, we'll find out how it goes. We'll see.
Thank you, Jenine. And absolutely, last but absolutely not least, Ian.
Hi, my name is Ian. My pronouns are he, they. Today I'm playing Lucien Lin. By daytime, they are a model. They walk the runways, they're on photo shoots, they're on everything. The way they got their superpower is one day they just received, an old vintage looking glass. And soon they realized they could start manipulating the reflections within it and accidentally fell into a mirror. Who knew? Their superhero name is Narcissus. They can pull solid reflections out and make them into solid illusions. They can teleport in and out of reflections anywhere, and they can see through them. Just like a mismatch of all your favorite mythologies and stories from, I don't know, fairy tales. And they may or may not have been in a relationship with another person, but everyone's in a relationship with everyone, so I don't really see the big deal about all of that. But yeah, that's me.
Incredible. Well, let's go ahead and set the scene. Being a superhero is not easy. You have all of these worries about saving the world, and then at the same time you have to worry about all of the normal shit that comes with having an alter ego. Not everybody realizes that you don't just get to be Spider-Man, Superman, or Batman all the time. Sometimes you have to deal with Peter Parker's taxes and Clark Kent's rent. And I mean, Bruce Wayne's fine. He's honestly rich people problems, But when it really comes down to it, we kind of take superheroes for granted. And in a world where superheroes are saving the day every single day, we often don't think about the little things. And there are little things out there, little things like relationships. And sometimes superheroes fall in love. And it's a beautiful thing when that happens. And it has happened for 2 members of Earth's most vigorous heroes, the Sentries. Much like the Avengers or Justice League of our Earth, I don't know, pick a number. It's definitely not in the top 10s, but it's out there in the multiverse. The Sentries are the premier league of superheroes to exist, and they have so many members in their rosters, so many that they typically can take care of most of the world's major issues. Alien invasion, handled. Supervillain with a laser, it's a Tuesday. So for the mighty Atlas and the Blue Flame, love came easy. These were 2 superheroes who started this organization, were founding members of the Sentries, and over the many, many decades of them not aging, they have fallen in love and have decided to finally tie the knot. And a superhero wedding is a major issue, pun intended. And this event is something that they would like to keep a little more subdued, something that they would like to invite their families to. And here's the kicker: their families don't know they're superheroes. Their families are actually against superheroes on both sides, both their alter egos being Alexander Atlas and Billy or William Fernandez. Both their families think that superheroes are illegal vigilantes at best and tyrants at worst. I mean, what does a person do with that much power? Are they dictators? Are they telling other people how to live? There's a real distaste for superheroes in both of these families. The fact that they're sons or brothers, that the fact that two men in their families are getting married, not a big deal. So that's at least nice that their bigotry is only related to superpowers, I suppose. When it comes down to it, you all have been invited to the Atlas Farms, the estate that Alexander Atlas grew up on with his parents, and with all of their families being invited now, you all, as fellow members of the Sentries, have also been invited. However, your invitations strictly stipulated no costumes, no powers. Easier said than done. For superheroes, simply picking up a piece of porcelain, picking up a ceramic cup of coffee can be difficult, not to just smash it in your mighty grasp. Taking public transit and with the concept of super speed and just dealing with the monotony of something can sometimes be absolutely mind-aching. Keeping your powers at bay and in check can sometimes be the hardest thing in life. But at an event like this, that's what's being required. So, as we begin the morning of the wedding itself, preparations are in full swing. Everybody's trying to make sure that the final decorations are in place. It is an outdoor wedding. It's a farm and vineyard that the Atlas estate kind of includes, so it's going to be an outdoor wedding. The officiant has yet to arrive. The cake has yet to arrive. Seats are being placed. Like I said, decorations are being hung. It's a beautiful venue. It's early summer, so there's like a nice little breeze in the air that makes it not too hot, not too cold. It's right next to a lake, so there's like a little bit of breeze kind of coming off of the water there. The band is getting set up on this little dais. There's a lot of whites, and the colors for the wedding is white with red and blue, like this deep maroon and this beautiful navy, which is kind of like their little hint as the colors that Atlas and the Blue Flame wear are red and blue. But that's just their little like wink to everybody else. Where would we find all of you on a morning like this? Like there's a kitchen to have the meal being prepared. There's a whole estate. Like I said, there's a vineyard, there's a farm, they have horses. You could be setting up, you could be anywhere. You could be in your car listening to Linkin Park. Where would we find you on this morning? Let's see. Maso, if you don't mind going first, I'll go in same order here.
Okay. Ramiro is probably fidgeting with their bow tie somewhere. Probably just like either stuck in one of the bathrooms that are available to them, or literally just like, this is at a house, we said, right?
Yeah, no, it's like a
estate.
Manor. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, so yes,
so like just right off
galore.
to the side in like the garden or something, just hiding away, trying to adjust everything and make sure they look good. And most importantly, I didn't mention it earlier, but even in human form, Ramiro has yellow eyes and green hair. So just making sure that like the black hair dye that they have massaged into their hair is staying there and not coming off in their hands and everything. So, just somewhere secluded, trying desperately to look their best. That's what they're doing right now.
Fantastic. Yeah, we'll say this is kind of like the family's wealthy enough that these are like public restrooms. So there's like stalls. It's kind of like meant for people who rent out the venue as it has been rented out before. And the door opens, and you'd see the chiseled jaw and somewhat aged wisdom that typically comes with a cowl over it. I'm seeing that Janine's power went out. So
Ooh.
we'll see where you all are, and then we'll see if power might be back for Janine, and then we'll kind of go from there. So we might be taking an early break here, because that's a bummer, and stuff that sucks when stuff's out of your control. So
Yeah.
yeah, no, that's rough stuff. So yes, you would recognize at least the lower features as being, well, hey, see, all I have to just speak it into existence. This is Captain Freedom, and patriotic hero, and kind of like almost grandfather figure. After he got frozen in World War One, it was rough stuff, kind of catching him up on everything. But he comes in and goes, "Well, son, seems like you're having trouble with your bow tie there. Give you a little bit of assistance, a little bit of advice."
Always appreciated. And then Ramiro just stands there for a second, completely blanking on Captain Freedom's like human name.
Yeah, you would recall that his name is, let's find the most mundane name we can think of. His name is John Smith.
John, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, I usually wear a clip-on for classes if I wear one at all.
Back in my day, we didn't have clip-ons. We were giving everything to the war, you see. Didn't even have metal. I didn't smell metal until I was unfrozen. Or until I went to war, that is. We did have metal there. Anywho.
Just staring off into the distance, regretting mentioning the clip-ons.
You got to think of, he's turned you around. He's like grabbed your shoulders. He's already untied the bow tie. You got to think of it as a wily squirrel. You see, the squirrel goes around the log, comes back up, takes a look at his pile of nuts, goes, "Those aren't mine," swings back in, and bobs you up. There you go, son. It's gonna be a special day. Like, gives you a way too hard pat on the shoulder.
Have you been to an event like this before?
Oh, sure. I've been married 17 times. It's the American way.
I'm going to go over here now. But I'll see you
That's
around.
probably for the best.
And then we'll just, like, skirt out the door and try to look for someone that they actually know.
Fair enough. Let's cut over to Mia. Mia, where would we find you on this lovely wedding morning?
If I am allowed to make the executive decision, I would like to say that Mia is actually helping a little bit participate in the wedding by playing the violin at the wedding.
Sure,
if that's okay.
Yeah, you can absolutely be rosining up your bow at this point.
Yeah, I think Mia would be over at wherever the little stage where the musicians are, and Mia's not like part of the full band, but like will play at a certain, maybe when one of them walks down the aisle or something.
Perfect. Yes.
So she's just over there kind of nervously fiddling with her violin, trying not to have to make small talk with the other mundane musicians.
And yeah, they are kind of like giving you a look like, it's one of those weddings. Rich people. Yeah, no, just get her a seat, I guess. I don't know. So Mia, I'm not a violin player myself. I am only familiar with what pop culture has told me, which is that you have to rosin up your bow, and sometimes you fiddle against the devil. But I do know violins and fiddles are different things. What type of preparation is Mia taking this morning?
I also don't play the violin. I just like them.
Fair enough.
So yeah, she's tuning and just sort of, making sure there's no smudges. She loves her violin very much. It's like one thing she's had with her constantly since she first was taken in by, gosh, I should have named the old man who helped raise her, but I didn't. It's a one-shot. But she's had it with her for many, many years, so she's very attached to it, and she's like making sure it's good and just sort of. She doesn't go to a lot of like superhero events, so she's, nervous. She's just a nervous person.
I think it's with those nerves, being around other people, and dealing with a delicate instrument that I will get our first roll from you. So you are tuning your instrument. It is up to you if you would like to blend in and try to kind of like hold back your powers. If you'd like to show off a little bit and kind of like, do something impressive on your violin that may include a little bit of like psychic knack to it. Or if you are just absolutely being a superhero and like making the violin float in the air and, So
I think without meaning to, she's going to show off a little bit.
Okay.
Just because she's nervous about like the social aspect of this event, because she doesn't socialize with other superheroes a lot outside of work. But when Mia plays the violin, even in public, she's even in like normal public, she's sort of using her powers a little bit because she has the ability to affect resonance. So that's why she's so good. So I think for the purposes of an outdoor wedding, her violin playing is going to be a little bit more like directional, like she can affect that it's not going to get lost in the being outside. And yeah,
for sure.
like she's
So,
doing
like,
some scales.
Yeah, the bassist is already like just doing basic scales. Go ahead and give me a show off roll as you hear the voice of Professor Oldman in your head. Careful with your powers, Mia.
Okay, I'm gonna try. Oldman is great. I'm gonna try and remember how many dice I need to roll. 3, right? We talked about this.
Show
oh no,
off
I
is
2 because I'm rolling.
Yes.
That's a 9.
Okay. That is a super glitch.
Cool.
So you hear again not the voice of Professor Oldman, but just the sound of his hand hitting his bald head. Like, damn it! Go ahead and roll a d6, and this
Okay.
will determine as your powers get a little haywire here.
And that's a 6. Wow, we're doing great. This is going great. This is excellent. This is.
You unintentionally activate one or more of your specific superpowers. So I will let you describe how this looks as you actually have a couple of powers that just kind of fire off like fireworks here real quick.
I think she's playing scales and it sounds really lovely, but then somehow it becomes like sort of too loud in the area, almost like you're enveloped in an envelope of sound because she's able to amplify things like that. And then I think maybe also her violin case starts floating a little bit next to her stool.
Incredible. Yes, the other musicians kind of like cover their ears as they get caught in this sound bubble that just kind of like almost implodes on them. And you would also see that as your violin case thumps to the ground, one of the speakers completely blows out. And the musicians all look to each other and go, "What the fuck? Like, did you see that?"
Mia's just like shit and like stamps on her violin case to make it sit on the ground and just sort of like folds her hands.
There's one of the performers, Terry, is looking over. He's like, "Did you see? Fuck! The thing flew. The thing was floating."
Oh
And
yeah, weird stuff, man. Maybe there's like gonna be lightning later or something. Maybe there's like a weird storm front coming in. It'd be really weird if there was. I hope it doesn't rain for the wedding.
And Terry's just like, "Yeah, rain's bad. I'm gonna check the weather app."
Mm-hmm.
Let's go into Jenine. Where would we find Willhaven this morning?
I think she's walking around just to find someone that she knows because she's still new to everything and only knows 2-3 people as like actually longer than small talk conversations, but at like bumps between different groups and like tries to find people to talk to and just like, "Hello, hi, what's up?" continually until someone just takes her in.
What an unfortunate thing to say.
Yeah.
So it's tough recognizing other sentries because typically, like, faces are covered. I mean, at the very like the most minimal, it's hard recognizing anybody's eyes because everybody for some reason has white eyes, like all white, and they're like maybe they have a little robin mask, maybe it's a full cowl, maybe it's a full face covering. Hard to tell, but as you're kind of, social butterflying, you feel an arm kind of interlock with yours, and this roundish smaller woman starts like pulling you along, and she kind of looks up to you and she goes, "So you're gonna escort me to my seat, or am I supposed to find it myself?"
No, I could totally help, but do you know what seat number you're at? Do you want us to go to the board to find your seat number, or are you...
So I walked all the way over here, now I gotta walk all the way over there and back here? My legs, my knees are swollen already.
Oh, where do you know where
Do you know who I am? I'm sitting in the front. I'm Aunt Susan.
Your Aunt Susan.
The Aunt Susan. Yes.
The Aunt Susan. I'm a friend of them, so I'm still getting to know everybody. I don't know family members yet.
Oh, what? So what? Alex.
I can walk you. I don't. Are you supposed to? I can walk. I can walk with you. Yeah, let's go this way.
You look very capable of walking.
Yes.
And she's like doing this waddle where like as she walks, her hips like bump into you. It's a wide sway on this woman. And she's walking. She says, "So yes, I used to change Alex's diapers when he was little, and I know I married into the family. I know I'm not an Atlas. I'm only a Constantinos, but that doesn't make me lesser than,
Mm-hmm.
And my poor husband, God rest his soul. Well, all three of them really. But the last one, he was such a talker. He was such a talker. And I said, "Let me get a word in," and he said no.
Mm-hmm. Oh, can I do a vibe check to see read the room and be like, what did the family members think of this woman, and is she supposed to be in the front row, or is she supposed to be in the second row, or the back of the room?
Aunt Susan is like a biblical figure in the sense that as Moses parted the Red Seas, so too do all the congregants seem to just flee from this woman's voice.
Oh.
Yeah, there's some eye rolling, there's some like just absolute avoidance. There's you see from afar Alex's brother, the Atlas's brother. Adonis kind of looks at you and he's doing no, run.
Oh, she just gives a thumbs up and goes, "Yeah, okay." Okay, so I don't know if I'm supposed to walk past the second row, so you might have to do the rest for you. I wish I could walk you all the way across, but I think I have to stop here.
Jenine, I would love a mundane roll from you.
Oh god.
As you are walking with a very slow person, and you are a speedy individual yourself.
Oh yeah.
Desperately trying to get away.
Oopies.
She's trying to find every button to push. She's like, "Oh, so you're wearing that? It's interesting." I didn't say it was good or bad, I just said it was interesting. Did you hear me? I said it was interesting.
That's a 4, that's a 2. That's an 11.
That's an 11.
Oh.
Okay. We have a little super glitch. That's
okay.
Yeah. Just go ahead and roll a d6.
2!
Okay. Little surge of power from within that temporarily incapacitates you.
Perfect.
So what, if you don't mind, if you have something for this, please, but if I also, if you don't, I do.
I think what happens is that there's just ice that forms at her feet, and she just stops.
Yes. Locked into place as this woman is now berating you. Like she got, the wrong thing in an Applebee's. You are stuck there.
I have to save her. I'm wandering somewhere, right? I was looking for someone I know.
Yes, Ramiro, we will see where Lucian is, and then you absolutely may come to the rescue on this one. Lucian, where would we find you this morning?
Okay, so I think Lucian is just flew in on their private jet and took their own personal car at the airport. They have a personal driver and they're taking them straight to the wedding because they just finished a gig modeling somewhere in a distant, beautiful country. From head to toe, they have like a beautiful pompadour. Hair is kind of like dyed blue, and it's like the outfit is a corset and like high waist pants, but with like a blazer jacket that has a train, and from top to bottom it goes from blue and ombre into like a purple into the red shoes at the bottom.
Incredible.
And they have like a nice little purse, and they're in the I think they're in their personal driving cab or whatever, obviously looking at themselves in the mirror, making sure that like the makeup is symmetrical and perfectly right as they like make their entrance to this wedding this morning.
Absolutely amazing. Okay. So the car pulls up, and you get just front delivery treatment. That's not the right verb, but still.
I have the Uber Eats.
Yes, you see, absolutely. Don't ring the bell. Entering to the wedding, looking around, is there anything you might be looking to do this morning?
I think I think the first thing they're gonna do is find out where the couples are situated and like what the lawn looks like of where people are going to be sitting, so they can figure out where they would personally like to like position themselves.
For sure. So you have, as you're stepping out again, just a beautiful estate. Next to it's almost like there's a U shape of a lake that this is kind of like built into. So on the left, you would have the actual wedding venue where you can see the two sets of chairs on either side, the aisle down the middle, little archway, and you can see that there's a lot of decorations there. Off to the right, off in a field, still kind of like touching like just where the horses, the horse pens are, and like their fields, and out where again the other U shape of the lake is. You can see that is where the reception is going to be, as tables are being placed out there, and like already they're trying to set up for like those big metal things that they put food in with little like Bunsen burners under them.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting all that set up with like the tablecloths, and so yes, that is kind of, and you see that there are people moving about. There's a lot of hired help, a lot of people that are dressed in kind of the black and white with a little bow tie, of just kind of waiter and servant garb, and then there are a number of attendees you can see kind of milling about as well.
Okay. If there's like a sign in place, they'll go there. They'll sign their name like really elaborately in beautiful cursive. And if there is an attendant with like champagne already, they will snatch a drink, and then head towards the I guess the place where you sit for the ceremony before the reception and all of that.
Beautiful. Yes, there's not supposed to be somebody with champagne, but the second you walk out, there just is.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's this isn't a glitch or anything, but like the wedding photographer, their camera, not even without a hand on it, just starts clicking away, and they realize that their entire memory card is full of pictures of you, somehow completely posed perfectly. And
Yes.
they're just like going through like, how did that happen? Like, where did the backdrop come from? So they're already having to get a new memory card out. And you would walk up just about the time that we would find Ramiro approaching Willhaven and Aunt Susan. So as you all kind of are walking up at this point, you would note, maybe with your super natural senses, that Willhaven is literally frozen in place, and Ramiro is making a beeline towards both her and Aunt Susan. So what would you all like to do?
Mia's watching on in horror, like mid chord, like just like, oh God, this is already going so bad.
I think Lucien would just stand and watch as if the champagne glass is popcorn and just delightfully sip.
Wonderful.
The two reactions, just
Total
and like,
opposite.
oh joy.
Okay. Yeah. So Ramiro will just like be stepping right over and just like, oh, well, Haven, there you are. Hey.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, is this
This is
your
Aunt Susan.
Ah.
I was walking her to
Hello.
the front, but then I was told because I shouldn't be going past the second row yet, and I believe she's supposed to be in the front row.
What is there a force
Hmm.
field? Is there? She's like waving hand. Is there a force field? Is this your partner?
No,
You two together? You look
no,
really cute together. I mean, they're a little bit
no.
older than you,
No.
but
No, no.
who am I to judge?
I was study
She
as
was my
archaeological.
TA.
Yeah,
Yeah. My
TA.
teacher's assistant.
Oh, that sort of situation. Yeah, I did
No,
that when I
no,
was in college too.
you know, I was just told that I'm not supposed to go past the front row because I'm kind of I cause a lot of messes, and I don't want to ruin the bridal party.
You know, I was gonna offer you gum, but I'm not anymore. And she just goes waddling off. Whatever.
Ugh. Are you stuck?
Hell, I mean, I don't think it's a good idea if I try to unstuck myself.
Okay.
Can I like sort of
Oh, hey, Mia. Just waving over.
I can just sort of like the ice like
It's better than me, like,
better
like,
than fire.
yeah.
Fire.
We don't want to mess up the lawn.
No fire. Zero fire.
That's
Can I
probably
just, like,
for the best. Yeah.
Vibrate it real quick. This is gonna be telekinesis, so I'm gonna like telekinetically vibrate the ice and try and like break it into like.
I'll
delicate,
cover if
quiet
something goes
little
wrong
shit.
with yours.
Yeah.
Okay. You tell me, are we trying to blend in? Is this trying to be like, you know, stay at like Ramiro
Is it-
standing in front and be like, nothing to see here? Like, you
Is it-
tell me what the role is.
Is it blend in if I'm like definitely using my powers?
It can be, you know, because you have psychic powers. You could be, I mean, essentially like, you know, I don't know, like pulling your phone up to your face but concentrating really hard. You know, you can do a number of things to try to obfuscate what your powers look like.
Mhm.
I think I'm just gonna be like like fiddling with my bow to try and not look like I'm obviously telekinesising this ice.
Okay.
Mhm.
So that's a blend in, so I do have to roll 3 dice. See, this is worse.
3d6, yeah.
All right. Let's see how this goes. It's gonna go horribly.
Oh no.
Yep. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yay!
That's
What
bad.
happens if we just all fuck this up before the wedding even starts?
This
Oopies.
is a supercharged.
Yeah.
So
sure
I will
is.
need a d6 from you, and then the game allows me to pick the second effect. So
Okay, let's
see what your
roll.
first effect is.
I might
That's
have
a
a cover in mind to help you.
That's a 4. I perform the action in a way that causes unintended destruction.
Okay.
Oh.
Unintended
Let's see.
destruction.
I think what's going to go into this is probably 1. You perform the action with an unexpected level of force. So your psychic blast absolutely decimates the ice on Willhaven's feet.
Yay.
Willhaven no longer has shoes or socks, unfortunately.
Oh no.
Are you okay?
Honestly, merciful choice by the GM.
There's a couple of the chairs that kind of get like pushed back a little bit, but actually I'm going to include this with Ramiro as well, since Ramiro's standing right there. We now have 2 shoeless attendants at the farm, and like little
Okay.
ice chunks just kind of go a little bit, and one of them hits Terry and he goes, "It's hailing." No, no, I
And
guess
this-
not.
Weather is weird today. It's really weird. Weather's very strange today. And then I'm just like mouthing at Willhaven and Ramiro like,
I'd like to walk into this or walk over to them if it's
Absolutely,
possible.
yeah.
Uh, I walk over and I would love to kind of like conceal their feet in somewhere and produce an illusionary, like a solid illusion of a shoe for
Oh, it's okay.
Whirlwind,
I
Woodhaven.
was wearing heels. I've got backup flats in my bag. Don't worry, I got it.
Are you
But
sure?
Ramiro still needs shoes, right? Ramiro also doesn't have
Oh
shoes.
yeah.
I
I'm setting
I
up
had
their
cover.
failure.
Um, I say, oh, don't worry about it, my love. Here you go. And I would love to kind of, I hold like a compact mirror in my own little like purse. I pull it out and I kind of reflect my shoe. Um, and I would love to pull out from the mirror an exact replica to just like magic it onto Whirlwind Willhaven's feet. Um, and as I do this, I just hand Ramiro, without looking at him, my empty glass, and without saying anything, and I just bend down and I just like do it. But I
Fantastic.
I don't replace Ramiro's shoes.
Yeah, I figured that's her.
Lucian, go ahead, and as we're using a superpower here, this does feel like a show off.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you want to give me 2d6.
Alrighty. Oh, low rolls, low rolls. Okay, that's a 8. Okay.
That is
That's a
so
super
it's
glitch.
a super glitch. That's okay. So go ahead and give me a d6 roll.
A D6. Okay. Boop. It's a 1.
Okay. So this is unexpected level of force.
Yeah.
These are the fucking fanciest shoes. Like, these shoes are better than yours now.
Oh. Oh. Wow. Fine. You can. Here you go. They say in a kind of like bitter tone that they gave you the better shoe, even though they already promised you it. And they kind of just like wave their hand over your feet, and you are wearing like those shoes. Now it's like a solid illusion of a thing that feels like solid and like concrete. And the force, I don't know what the force would do. Perhaps in this kind of like fancy manner, I hand and force my champagne glass a little too hard on Ramiro and like push him back a little too hard that he may or may not stumble in this motion.
Fair enough. Yeah, force is one of those kind of subjective things. You made something that was more incredible than you intended to, and had just a little too much oomph to your physical interaction there.
Oh, Willhaven reads the room and goes, "Oh no, I was here when this happened."
Mia's packing up her violin
Okay.
and like shuffling over to these people.
We've just had like glitch after glitch happening. I imagine that like at least even just in terms of like some of the noise and weirdness happening with this little congregation, that there are going to be some people starting to look at us.
Yeah, there's a couple of family. There are definitely some whispers, and you see a couple of individuals start walking towards you. There's a woman with an eye patch, who is in this absolute like just glittering kind of gorgeous gown, and then you watch as another individual who has like, he's not wearing a jacket, he just has his sleeves rolled up and like these fingerless gloves and sunglasses, and they both come walking up to you. You might recognize the woman as one of the top secret agents, Miss Tori, and the other individual as your the Sentries' predominant archer, Rainbow. And both of them come walking up, and Mystery leans in with her cigar, not lit, but just like out of the corner of her mouth. What the hell do you think you're all doing? Keep your powers in check, damn it.
Yep. Sorry. Maybe we should like go.
I was just bringing her shoes. I don't know what you're talking about.
I tripped and broke them, and they disappeared.
And I have an extra pair.
And I definitely actually did mess that up with my powers, and I'm really sorry.
I haven't even
sorry.
done anything yet. I talked to an old lady.
I'm really sorry.
Ramiro.
This is my fault.
Yeah, don't let this eye patch fool you. I see everything. And I'm telling you right now that you gotta keep your powers in check. We have intel that this wedding is the biggest event of, well, human history. And it's probably likely that some nastier individuals are gonna want to invade, disrupt, or otherwise dismantle this beautiful day of man love. So, keep things in check, keep an eye out, and don't make more of a scene than you have to. These families don't
Cool.
need any more stress than is already here. You know how stressful a wedding is, damn it.
I play a lot of weddings. I am very familiar with weddings.
This is
Thank
my
you.
That was
first
a
wedding.
rhetorical question.
Cool.
Sorry.
Did she say man love?
She did.
That's great. Cool. Fine. Great. Should
We,
we like maybe like go somewhere else that's not like in the middle of the ceremony?
We
area?
should go sit in the back.
Let's go sit
Why
down.
don't you go check in on the
back.
grooms? How about that?
Oh, we should check it out. Do you want us? Are you sure?
I'm like not like super close with either of them. Is that weird to go check in with them on their wedding? Like, that's weird. Like whenever
They
I go to
invited us to the wedding. We can definitely check on them. Thank you
oh God,
so
but have
much,
you ever like been?
Miss Terry, for your wonderful
Yeah.
watch with that beautiful eye. And then I kind of just turn away.
You know,
And
but
walk
you
Yeah,
like
let's
off.
get
know
going,
that
girls.
thing.
Come on, come on.
You know that thing
you
where
know-
you like go to a wedding and you're like you
Hey.
got invited because you're like kind of friends with them or like your
Mia-
partner's friends
Mia.
with them,
Let's go.
and then like
Go, let's go, let's
and
go,
then like
let's
you're
go,
like,
let's
is
go.
it weird to like go talk to them but you don't know anybody else there?
On the way over to the grooms, can I try to make clogs for myself?
Yeah, absolutely.
Clogs at the wedding. Clogs at the wedding.
Let's go.
Fastest pair of shoes I can make.
You're walking by an apple tree, and absolutely can use your powers to like take some of the roots and clog your feet.
Yeah. Just somewhere where hopefully nobody can see me, but not trying to necessarily draw attention to myself, but hopefully not in a crowd of people.
Yeah, go ahead and give me. This is superpowers. I'm gonna say if we get a 6, then we'll also take a tally on it. But otherwise, 5 and under, no tally to be added.
Got a 4.
Perfect.
Nice.
Okay, you are all clogged up.
Okay. Sorry,
as
go.
as we're walking, I'll just turn to Willhaven and say, how do you like it so far? You've been in our ranks for, what is it, a few days, weeks?
Like 2 months. We're about to hit the
Oh.
3-month in like a week.
Oh, you're almost to the end of your probationary period. Oh, that's so
Yeah,
exciting.
which was
Yeah.
terrifying when they invited me to the wedding, and I went, "Is this a good idea?" But I'm also happy to be here.
Well,
That
it's
means
good
they
to
like
see
you.
Obviously, they like you. That's why you're here. Hello, Ramiro.
Hey, Lucian.
Hi, Lucian.
Hi, Mia. The playing was beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Ramiro, your shoes are so nice.
Well, somebody had to make a pair, so.
Oh, how all natural of you. Keeps walking forward past Ramiro.
Hi, Ramiro. How are you? Are you okay?
Please keep us apart.
I will do my best. Mia is literally tiny. Mia is 5 feet tall, but she's gonna do her best.
Thank you, and sorry. Should we split into 2 groups, maybe then?
Yeah, I'll go with
One goes
Mia
to
to
one?
help one groom, and then you and
No.
Lucian could go
No, no,
together.
No, that's the opposite of what they want. Willhaven, that is the opposite of what they want.
I think
They-
by now I'm like 20 feet down in front of everyone. I did not stop for anybody. I'm just walking.
So I'm gonna go talk to go with Lucian, and we're gonna go see one groom, and then you and Ramiro can go talk to the other one.
Right, we need
Yeah.
one charismatic person with each. Got it.
Okay.
I understand.
Sure.
You guys
Did
take
she-
Blue Flame then.
Does she know? Does she know you broke up?
I'll break it to her.
Yeah,
Just,
yeah, you
just
gotta tell
I
her.
do
This
love
is gonna
Wilhelm
be.
hearing that and just shaking her.
This is
No,
really.
I
This is
didn't.
gonna be. It's gonna make today worse if you don't. You gotta tell her.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll
All right.
get to it.
Lucian, and I'm just gonna like with my violin case jog off after you. Who are we
Oh.
gonna go talk to?
I assume Atlas, Alexander Atlas.
Yeah.
I think so.
The
Yeah.
one whose house this is. Yes.
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 Okay.
Yes, Alexander Atlas, the mighty Titan. You know that in this manner, like the rooms have been separated for the day, so their rooms are on opposite sides of the estate, and you would find that Alexander is set up in his childhood bedroom, and you all knock on the door. It opens. Within, you'd find some of the more senior members of the Sentries, as well as an individual that could only be the one and only Alexander Atlas. This is a unit of a man, just like shoulders that can barely fit through a doorway, like a neck as thick as an average person's thigh, and just like chiseled jawline, and just like a bright smile. He's got the little like lick spit curl thing. He's absolute golden age superhero. And you see him as he's like putting his suspenders on and turns around. Oh, hi there. You're remind me.
We're
Lucian.
not supposed to be in here. Hi, my
No,
name's Mia. I'm playing the
Right.
violin.
The Minuet and Narcissus.
Oh yes.
Yes,
Yes.
of course.
It's so wonderful to be here. Thank you so much for inviting us. This estate is beautiful.
Well, I was very fortunate to grow up here ever since I was, born with these gifts, these true gifts that I don't think Americans too often take for granted. Perhaps, we live in a very rich country. And
Yes.
he just starts looking off out the window and just tearing up. It's a beautiful land.
Yep. And people with powers live wonderful lives always. Constantly.
Quite. Yes, it's all right. Do you need anything? Do you need any help for your big day?
Well, I suppose we could probably use some help with the cake delivery. Last I heard, there was a bit of a hiccup in the sense that the cake is being brought to the front gate, but no further. A bit of a consternation there, a bit of a vexation, a little frustration on my special day.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I would love to. I would love to help.
Or maybe the
Unvex.
caterers could get the like super normal caterers could get the cake. Very
Well,
mundane
you see,
caterers.
Mia, the caterers are catering, and they're busy with catering. You understand?
It's all right. Do you know when the cake is arriving?
Oh, it should just be about 15 minutes.
Cool. All right. Yeah,
Oh.
we can do that. Yeah.
I know you can. I trust you with this mission.
Thank you so much, and we value that trust so deeply.
Okay, we can
Um,
leave you alone now since we're like not inner circle.
I don't know what you mean. We're always in the circle. We are the Sentries, are we not?
Yeah.
All of us together as one.
Yeah, you look around, you see that there is Plymo the Rubber Man. There is Tiger Man. And the Golden
Definitely
Knight.
not Hawkman.
The Golden Knight.
The Golden Man.
Yeah.
Tiger Man.
Tiger Man, fun fact, first African American superhero currently in public domain. So come at me.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, let's go.
Good for you,
Okay.
Tiger Man.
Yeah.
Don't have lightning powers. I hope he doesn't.
Yeah.
No, just the powers of a tiger,
Cool. Love that. Which we all know the many powers of a tiger.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes. Yeah.
Um,
Claws, teeth,
Scaring
Um,
elephants.
scary elephants. Um,
Soft
fantastic sensibility for fashion. Yeah, acid breath. Yeah, that's
Oh,
Yeah.
not many people are aware of that one. Yeah,
Super. Yeah.
acid breath. Okay,
yeah,
I love it.
yeah.
I think Narcissus will just kind of like
Mia is half hiding
not.
behind Narcissus.
It's okay. They are more than willing to like take up the space that is there and kind of schmooze. And they just simply like, as they say, like all of us are one as we are all the sentries. They kind of smile and give like a little wink and a nod and a scan to the rest of the room and kind of just like bow and say, if you ever need me, you know where to find me. And then kind of flourish, turn around, walk out the room.
Bye. See you later.
Just pulling his bow tie. Ah, they're nice. Sure hope they don't fail.
This really is the like Silver Age superheroes hanging out with the Golden Age superheroes.
Absolutely, yeah. Okay. Kind of go over to the opposite side of the house, where Billy has been set up in the study. So you would knock on these large oaken double doors, and voice on the other side, "Who is it?"
Hey, it's Ramiro and Willhaven.
Hello.
Oh, right. And you'd open the door, and there is, billionaire philanthropist playboy, who you would more know as the Shadow, and as opposed to his alter ego as Dan Millions.
I love how you have all the superhero names figured out.
Listen, I thought my prep was done, and then I realized, oh wait.
I love Dan Millions. I love it.
Yeah, Dan Millions. I mean, who knew he was going to be born to money?
Hey, Dan.
Hey.
One of our mutual friends mentioned that we should come just have a check on the groom, see if there's anything going amiss.
Well, no, he's a mister, so there's nothing amiss.
Oh, God. Call you the Dado.
And yes, you would see that a mirror has been set up. There's a billiards table. The walls are, thoroughly covered with shelves with fine leather-backed books. And you would see Billy Fernandez. Not somebody that I think is as used to this much elegance. Billy grew up lower middle class, like some superheroes are wont to do. And he has this really like vibrant blue tie that he's putting on. He's wearing a 3-piece, and just kind of like getting himself straightened out and taking like deep breaths while looking in the mirror. And he turns around, looks at all of you. Oh, hi.
Hey.
Ramiro and Willhaven. Yes. Allseed and Whirlwind. Yes. Yeah. Hey, Whirlwind. 2 months, right?
Well,
Yeah.
three, like soon.
3 soon. Yeah. No, I got you. I believe in you. Yeah. Fair warning. My suit is partially made with asbestos, so you don't want to be in this room for too long. Yeah. Just gosh.
Just wanted to check in on you, see how you're doing, how you're feeling.
Kind of weird for me having fire powers, but cold feet. Just warming up.
Mm-hmm.
How are you? How are things outside?
Good. We have our shoes.
Clogs. Very Dutch.
Well, I thought it fit me. But yeah, it was just so cold feet, huh?
No, it's a lot. I'm not used to this. I grew up in the Bronx.
Is there anything we can help in any way at all?
Gosh, can you just make sure that the floral arrangements are properly handled? It would be. I'm just that's one of my biggest worries is that the florist was giving us a little bit of pushback, and we're not doing balloons or rice or any of that because of birds. But like the flowers have to be. I want it to look nice, a lot of reds and blues, and
That
and
I
yeah,
definitely can help with.
if you can also make sure that my abuela gets here safely, that would be super appreciated as well. She's very old, and I really want her to survive this. So also just make sure that nothing is particularly like straining on her heart. No, like jump starts or like surprises or loud noises or bright flashing lights, strange smells, unexpected tastes. Protect her from any type of cold breeze. Really, anything under 66 degrees is probably more than she can handle. That is
Okay.
Fahrenheit, not Celsius, of course. Yeah, she can't handle jazz at all. She loves ska. Uh,
What?
Yeah. Oh, no problem. Oh, we'll get that sorted out with the abuela. Uh,
Yes.
yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah, we'll figure it out. Will Haven, let's
Mm.
have a quick chat.
Yeah. Also, there's an Aunt Susan that was in the front row for Alex. Should she be in the front row, or should she not be in the front row?
Get that woman as far away from me as possible.
Okay.
I am tasking you as a senior member of the Sentries. I am tasking you with the solemn duty of making sure that that woman is as far away from me as humanly possible throughout the entirety of today.
I don't know
Okay.
if she likes me, but I can certainly try.
Will Haven, that woman likes nothing and no one. That woman is worse than Dr. Death. I would face Dr. Death 1,000,000,000 times if I never had to speak to that woman again. Okay.
You guys
Alright.
are getting so many more jobs than us. We've been told shuttle the
Cake.
cake.
Yes, cake.
Our job is cake.
Yeah.
Not-
Okay. Yeah. And then
Yeah.
because
Really
Ramiro
shows you who
didn't-
did the planning on this wedding, by the way.
yeah.
because
Good
Ramiro
job.
just like hasn't gotten to it yet too. Ramiro is just taking Willhaven out right after all that and just like so also as a
Mhm.
bit of context going forward, not to make it more complicated. Lucian and I broke up like 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks. Oh no.
Yeah. So, ideally, avoiding a scene would be good too.
Uh-huh.
Just so you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Poor Willhaven. This is all on them.
So,
Dan Millions opens the door real quick and just kind of leans out. Oh, so.
do
what
you
about
want to
and
handle
Lucian?
Abuela?
What?
Wait,
What did Dan
what
say?
did Dan say?
Wait, sorry,
Dan
Dan.
was just saying. Dan was saying, "Hey, I heard about you and Lucian. Real bummer."
Yeah.
Pops back in.
Yeah,
Just pops up,
thanks.
Yeah, no, I am the knight. Okay.
Thanks, Dan. And just like Ramiro, like half ignoring Dan because they know Dan is also one of Lucian's exes. Yeah, is bad. Anyway,
So you want me to deal with Abuela? You got Aunt Susan?
I'll do that after the flower arranging. But you go to Abuela first,
Mm-hmm.
and then.
Should I
I'll-
be near her? Because sometimes my aura radiates cold
Yeah, but I mean, you
and
can
sometimes hot.
Mm.
And I might talk too fast and scare her.
You can
Also, do
also
you prefer to go to Aunt Susan?
Not really.
Yeah. So I mean, like, you used to keep track of the temperature around me when I had the more sensitive plants during missions, remember?
Uh-huh.
So just try your best to do that. I can probably solve the flower thing immediately, like no problems.
Uh-huh.
And then I will see what I can do about Aunt Susan because
Okay.
you were struggling earlier, and I don't want you to have to. Yeah, what? You don't have to raise your hand.
Sorry, force of habit. So, can I still talk to Lucian, or is that not like a big no-no? But technically, I'm not your
You
like sidekick
you
anymore.
you are fine. I would prefer not to be seated next to Lucian or anything like that. That's all. That's all I'm
So
saying. Okay?
did you grab your seat already? Because just in case, like, I don't know, you
No,
might want to
we
move it because I might have accidentally put your seat placer next to Lucian's when I came in first.
we'll figure it out.
Okay.
Figure it out. Just find Abuela. And don't freeze her.
Okay.
I'll go deal with the florist.
Nothing is
Stop.
funnier to me than somebody raising their hand in a one-on-one conversation.
A true classic.
Okay. So, cake duty. Let's cut over to
Yeah.
Lucian and Mia. So, you know that it is a long gravel driveway. Like,
Hmm.
why did that show just escape my brain? The one that everybody was really like fancy about that had the rich English family.
Bridgerton?
Downton Abbey.
Bridgerton's
Abbey.
Downton Abbey. Yeah, Downton Abbey is what I'm
Downton
thinking of, but Bridgerton has just like collapsed everything that was Downton Abbey.
Yes.
Yeah, like long gravel driveway. And then there's like an iron gate to this estate. And as you've been made aware, you need to go to that gate and make it a quarter mile back with this cake. So
Okay.
walk along the gravel path, and for one of you is essentially illusory shoes. Um,
No, I don't have illusory shoes.
oh, that's right.
That's
It's Mia.
Willhaven.
Mia does not have the illusory shoes. That's right. Okay. Hopefully not heels then.
Oh,
For,
heels.
for either of you, really.
100%
Well,
heels.
so Mia
Yeah.
is actually fine in heels because Mia can fly, so she can keep herself balanced with slight off the ground. She's fine. She's wearing heels.
Okay. In that case, if we are doing just a little bitty baby hover, why don't you give me a show off?
Great. Okay. Come on, ones. Come on, ones. That's a 5.
That's a fight. Fantastic.
Yay.
This works exactly as intended. So whereas Lucian might be kind of like wobbling a little bit, the ankles might be twisting. Unless Lucian, you do have something.
I think before we maybe leave the front step, I want to look in like my compact mirror to see if there's any like reflective surfaces close to the front gate, because I have the ability to teleport through reflections, or mirrors. So I was
So-
wondering if I could just teleport there.
The vehicle that is bringing the cake does have like a metal bumper to it. It's slightly reflective. It's gone through a car wash recently. There's headlights. There's a review mirror. There are absolutely reflective surfaces on the vehicle itself. As far as the gate goes, we could say that it has one of those, like, it's around a corner, so it has one of those like big kind of convex mirrors that's supposed to be for seeing around corners as you're pulling out of the drive. So there's that as well.
Okay. I think if I can see that through that mirror, I think I would like to wait until no one's around and just attempt to teleport from like my compact mirror into the convex by the gate.
Sure. This is a B super roll.
Okay.
So it's 1d6.
Okay, here we go. Give me 1 through 5, please. It's a 3.
Fantastic.
As I do that, I will just say, Mia, Mia, I'll meet you right there by the gate. And then I just like wave my hand, push my hand through, and I just like Scarlet Witch and Doctor Strange to come through the other side of that mirror, of the convex mirror, and then by the front gate now.
Fantastic.
Is that necessary? Says Mia as she hover walks. But
Heels,
very
darling.
undetectably.
Heels!
And then
Okay.
I also get over to the gate eventually.
You do. Yeah, you make it that long walk over there. Great. while you both are over there, as it's just as the car is finally pulling in, coming to park, it's this Honda CRV. You see the driver's side door is open, and but nobody seems to get out. And then the hatch opens, and I would say you both start to hear like this kind of almost like lilting music a little bit, and it starts to turn into like full kind of orchestral dance music, as all of a sudden from like out of the shadows jump all of these well-dressed people wearing masquerade masks. You would recognize these as the criminal gang, the Masqueraders, who have come to steal your cake.
Okay. Oh.
Really, guys? It's a cake.
One of them, that you would know as one of the leaders with one of the longer nose masks, looks to you and goes, "Oh, really? A cake is the centerpiece of a fine event, and we shall ruin yours!"
Do they have hobbies?
No!
It's community theater, darling.
God.
I think their hobbies are the costume making.
Yeah, really.
They're in a different outfit every time.
Come see our production of To Kill a Mockingbird next fall.
Great, cool. I'm gonna try and.
Where's the cake? First of all,
It's in the CRV still, and
Oh,
so you have
okay.
them kind of like they dance fight, and so they are like they're pirouetting. There's like a couple of grapevines in the back from some of the newer members. There's a lot of just like ballroom-esque, as like they're spinning each other to like also pull like blades from their dresses and tuxedos, and they are standing against you. What would you all like to do?
I think the first thing I'm gonna do is telekinetically close the trunk, so that they
Okay.
can't get at the cake.
Absolutely.
Or it's harder for them to get at the cake.
Go ahead and give me a this is a B super roll.
All right. That's 4.
Fantastic. The trunk slams shut on the fingers of one of the masqueraders, who goes, "Ow! Rude!"
You're not getting the cake. That's just a cake, and you're not getting it.
We don't really have like initiative or anything.
We can take turns.
Yeah, this is just where you get to kind of flex your superpowers real quick and tell me how
Sure.
you solve this problem.
I think in this moment, as Mia closes the trunk, I think Lucian will just go, "You want to show? Fine." And looks in the convex mirror and sees the reflection of all the other masqueraders and creates exact replica illusions of the masqueraders to like oppose the other two and have a dance off, if they would like to. As I guess they're wont to do in their, evil ways of fighting.
Absolutely. Yes, Lord Vile, leader of the Masqueraders, steps forward with like almost like a salsa-esque pose to prepare to dance fight with you.
I would like to assist in this dance fight by popping open my violin case and playing like a dissonant sort of note that's gonna like in their heads, directed at them.
Fantastic. Yes, much as the devil with Johnny played these dissonant tones, you may both roll be super here as your dance fight commences. We shall settle things the way of the old ways, the ways of gentlemen.
I don't think that's accurate.
I
What are
got
you,
a
a history
6.
major or something?
Oh, that's
we
me.
do know Ramiro, so like we've learned some things. I got a 2.
Fantastic.
I got a 6, unfortunately.
Shit.
So,
Not
Right.
necessarily a bad thing. Just
Okay.
I think that your dance fight is so vibrant. Like I think that with your mirrors, you're almost creating like a laser light show with your dance. And there's definitely family members who are looking down this quarter-mile drive and going like, Is there a techno down there? Or is that what it's called?
Oh.
A techno? A disco?
I have a roll
Both.
reduction. Shall I use it?
You absolutely may.
What does that mean? Do I just roll again and then take the lower one?
If you're willing to be super, it just means it succeeds.
Oh, I would love it to succeed.
Done and done. Okay. Lucian, would you like, well, I guess Lucian and Mia, would you like to describe how you ultimately win a dance battle against the masqueraders and send them fleeing back to whence they came?
I think it's Bring It On style. I
Mhm.
think it's I pull like a whole entire my own masquerade people of illusions, and then we are just like, pitch perfect, bring it on, like synchronize together. We're pop locking and dropping.
And I'm trying to interfere with the masqueraders by giving them like vibrational issues with with auditory stuff with the violin, and then also like flailing their limbs a little bit.
Incredible. Yes, at one point, Lord Vile's cape gets caught in one of his clog shoes. He has like the kind of like buckle shoes with way too much of a heel, and they're very chunky, and ends up tripping and goes like flat onto his face, and kind of looks up from the big nose mask that barely like completely crumpled in. Retreat! We'll get you next time. Well, I don't know. You're right. It's a cake. Whatever. Have a lovely day.
I think
Mystery wasn't kidding when she meant like all the villains are gonna try and like even the
yes.
I like the idea.
List.
I like the idea that the masqueraders have never even been sent to jail because they've never technically done anything illegal. They're just a nuisance.
It's always a dance battle.
This is like F list. Like the sidekicks deal with these guys.
I mean, that's true, but what can you do? And plus, that was a fun workout and warm up to the big event later. Opens the car to see if the cake's still there. Hopefully, they didn't steal it.
I opened the trunk. Yeah,
absolutely. Cake is still there, still fully intact. All of the masqueraders kind of pull their cloaks like almost vampire-esque and poof away into smoke, leaving behind an advertisement for the 12th year in a row that they're going to be doing Phantom of the Opera.
Again?
And yeah, this all just float to the ground like ticker tape. And,
amateurs. If they like their masks, they should be doing Greek theater.
I feel like they've really extended the audience that's willing to go see Phantom at this point. Like
I think they're trying to branch out. You have to give them A for effort.
Yeah, they're doing what they say. To Kill a Mockingbird? Yeah.
Yes, they are doing which is questionable for their level. But it's fine. I hope they do decently well. We'll see.
All right, cake.
Goes to get the cake.
Should we be picking up the cake? Maybe we could telekinesis the cake. Is the cake very heavy?
I like that idea. Thank you.
It is a pretty sizable cake. This is definitely.
But we are super strong. We are superheroes.
You are super strong. You absolutely But again, I think the main issue is going to be walking it back down that gravel drive. So, how would you all like to achieve that?
What do you think, Lucian? What's our strategy?
I mean, if you want to follow me with the cake, could I try to teleport us through the mirror again with the cake?
You could. That would absolutely be a beast super roll. But yes, you may absolutely do that.
Okay, I would like to. If you would like to join me this time, we could just simply walk through this mirror.
Cool. Would you have to walk into another mirror? Where's another mirror?
That is a very good question. Let me see. Looks into the mirror to see the closest reflection in the building.
In the building, there's lots of reflective surfaces. I mean, there's a grandfather clock that has a reflective surface. There's windows. There's the mirrors that you saw for both Billy and Alexander. There's mirrors in all the bathrooms.
I'd like to find a solitary mirror if it's just I don't want it to sound wrong. I want to see if anyone's in the bathroom first before I walk into the bathroom.
With a cake, yeah.
Yeah.
You know that there are enough bathrooms in the house that I would give you a 1 in 6 chance of walking in on somebody. So,
Okay.
so I'm going to roll a d6. If you and I link up, this is going to be a
Okay.
little awkward.
Okay.
But yes, go ahead and roll a d6.
Okay. Oh crap. I got a 3.
Okay. So you go to teleport yourself through the mirror into one of the first story, like, you know, single use kind of bathrooms, more meant for the family. You, Mia, and the cake find a little cramped in here, but not cramped because there's anybody else in here, thankfully. So the door opens. You are tangentially near the kitchen, and through your super strength are able to maneuver the cake safely within the kitchen, whereupon the staff take care of it and pop it into the freezer from there. Excellently
Yay!
Whew. Okay.
With that task solved, that is our halfway point. So, stick around, folks. We'll be back in about 10 to 15 minutes. Do the things, and in the meantime, feel free to donate to Trans Lifeline should you be willing and able. Both of things are important, of course, to donating to a great cause. And if you don't have the finances sitting around, that is totally understandable. It's always appreciated just for viewership and or just, you know, just retweeting or anything like that. So, again, we'll be back soon. Stick around. We'll be back with even more SuperNormal Wedding of the Century. Oh, hey, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to SuperNormal Wedding of the Centuries, a Silver Age superhero. I don't know. It's less about superheroes and more about them not being super and or heroes. Well, heroes in a sense. We're playing SuperNormal, a one-page game created by Ursa Dice. Definitely check out Ursa Dice if you're looking for any number of incredible one-page games. Honestly, it's amazing how many they have that are just free. So definitely, if you do ever play, toss them a couple bucks. It's worth it. We are playing SuperNormal in support of Pride Month here on Sword and Key. We are raising money for Trans Lifeline. You can donate at any time and still impact this game with some incentives. So definitely keep that in mind if you are willing and able, both those things being important together. Otherwise, your viewership is appreciated. And if not, just like retweeting, always appreciated as well. Before we jump back into stuff, I do want to do a couple of quick channel news stuff because I say it all at the end, but I'm probably just talking to myself by then. So, a couple of things. First of all, Sword and Key does have an application out for an upcoming campaign. The campaign is called Zenith. I believe it is using 5e rules, but I'm not 100% on that. But we do have the application posted on our socials as well as on our Discord, and it will shortly be up on our beacons as well. Otherwise, you can go to beacons.ai/sword and key for everything, including our discount codes, our socials. You can join our Discord there, find our podcast, do all the cool stuff. So beacons will be the one place here shortly when it is fully updated. Otherwise, like I said, you can check all of our socials for all the other links. And we are on Blue Sky, Twitter, and Instagram at sword_and_key. All that said, let's jump back into stuff. So far, our heroes incognito have met the horrible Aunt Susan. They have saved a cake from a gang of elegantly dressed, annoying supervillains, and have met our grooms. It would also been warned to keep their powers in check, as we have a few tallies going into the second half here. Let's jump over to our second group, as the cake has been delivered appropriately. So we have Ramiro and Willhaven. What are you both looking to do?
So Willhaven was headed to see Abuela, and
Okay.
I was
Go
going to
find
deal with
Abuela.
the flowers.
Yeah.
I believe.
Fantastic. Okay. Let's do flowers. Ramiro, you go out to see that like, as far as flowers go, it's pretty barren out here. A lot of the floral decorations don't seem to have been placed yet, and there, as you're looking around, is one very sweaty older man who is like frantically trying to get all these floral arrangements put together. Like, he has these buckets of red flowers and white flowers and blue flowers, and there's like baby's breath and greens as well, and nothing is put together yet. And he's like, you watch as he's breathing very heavily as he's trying to put a wreath together to get that made. You see the bouquet isn't even fully isn't fully put together. So what would you like to do?
Well, Ramiro's going to step over and first start by just introducing himself like, hi, here on behalf of the groom. Are you the florist?
Yeah, I'm Flowers Eddie, and yes,
Okay.
yes, cheapest flowers in the tri-state area. I got my calendar wrong, but I'm here, and I got you flowers, and we have your I don't know flower. I know what they I don't know the names, so that's the poofy one, and that's the one that kind of looks like a face, I guess, if you look at it and kind of tilt your head. And that's
Wait. You don't know what the flowers are?
You see, my wife is the flowers lady, and I just put my name on the business, but she's got the flu, so I had to. Flowers Eddie. Did I say that already?
Okay.
Is it hot? It feels really hot out here.
So you
There's
need
bees
you need
everywhere.
help.
Oh,
all right.
Okay, yes, okay. You got the flowers then, and he just starts like pulling the stuff off the back of this really old pickup, setting it on the ground. You can handle all of this then. This is all you. Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm going.
Could you do me one favor?
Probably not.
Could you just keep people away from here so I can work in peace really fast?
He's already getting into his truck. You're looking at the time. I've got like I said, there's bees just ever, and I'm very allergic to bees. And he's starting up.
You haven't set up a single arrangement, and you're going to bounce.
He's turning the radio up. It's like Skinner's playing. He's like, I'm sorry, I can't. Oh, the truck is so loud. He just peels off.
Ramiro just staring at his tires as he goes for a moment, just like, I could pop those. But no, I will not. Well, am I alone over here?
It's like it's off to the side of where the wedding is. Like, you're maybe about an hour out from the wedding actually like starting and the efficient running everything. So yeah, you're kind of like off to the back right. There's a couple of like hedges that are kind of around you. Like a table's been set up where he's been assembling all this stuff. But like if people were to look over, they'd be maybe about 40 feet away from you. So they could maybe spot something depending on how surreptitious you want to be.
That's rough, yeah. Okay, so here's what I think Ramiro is going to try to do then. Like, there hasn't been bouquets, they're not in the proper cups or whatever. I think Ramiro is going to take all of the flowers that they can and just kind of spread them out across the table loose. And then once that's there and all of this like foliage is mixed together, they're going to stick their hands like inside so that people can't see and grow little vines out of their hands and try to use the vines to just like bring all the flowers together and arrange them all really quickly without actually having to physically go around and pick up each flower and move them around, and just try to get everything going as soon as possible. So I'm trying to be super. I'm trying to be a little bit more covert about it. So would this be like a show off then?
It could be a show off. Yeah, yes. It could be either show off or be super.
I mean, I'd take the super if you'll give it to me, but like,
if you
just because you said super, people aren't that far away from me, so I'm just.
If you choose to be super, there will be a guaranteed consequence. I will say that.
Oh, okay.
If you choose to show off and roll low enough, you could potentially skirt that consequence.
Okay, I'll try that then. I'll try to see if I could just do the flower arranging, no questions asked, and move on to the next task. So yeah, 2d6, right?
Correct.
Okay, 6 total. I got a 1 and a 5.
Okay, we do get a super glitch, so go ahead and roll me a d6, please.
That is a 2.
Okay. There is a surge of power from within that temporarily incapacitates you. Again, if you would like to describe this, otherwise I'm happy to.
My idea is then that, like, Ramiro has their hands underneath the foliage of all of these flowers. They bundled them up using these little, like, vine tendrils that are acting on their behalf. Everything is set. They're in their proper, like, spots and everything. But then as soon as all the flower arrangements are set, Ramiro is just like, my hands are stuck to the table.
Yes, you have absolutely rooted yourself.
Like the vines have just completely interwoven into the table. That's not good. Just looking around desperately for someone.
Ramiro, it is at this point that you do notice that the bees start buzzing more fervently around you. And you note that there's like almost a cacophonic hum to them that you recognize all too well as you hear a laugh coming from the hedges. Ha ha ha! I see I found you, Allseed. And stepping out of the hedges is Brain Bear, the super smart bear villain. It is a bear with like the kind of a glass case that has like a giant brain inside of it on top of his head. Otherwise, just a bear, just a brown bear, not even a grizzly bear, just a brown bear. I see with my psychic honey, my bees have found you, and at no time better as you have incapacitated yourself. Well,
Oh my gosh.
it seems
this
the
dork.
time has come, hasn't it? As you can barely move.
I do not have time for you right now. Please, just go away. I'll fight you later.
Ah, leave such a grisly sight.
Okay. So, Ramiro, I don't think I'm going to be too concealing because here's the thing. At this point, onlookers aren't going to notice necessarily that I'm using powers, right? And there's already a giant talking bear here. So if
That's
something
true.
weird happens, I can play it off as it having nothing to do with me.
That's true.
What Brain Bear over here forgot is that I am a plant man, which means I'm just going to send a really big root through my foot into the ground and then come up like a fist and punch in the chin and try to knock him out as soon as possible, like a Naruto burst from the earth.
Go ahead and give me a B super roll.
That's a 3.
Fantastic. Yes, your root punch catches the bear right in the lower jaw. Oh, an Ursa Major problem, and it falls backwards onto the glass casing where the brain bumps, and you have essentially knocked this bear out and given it concussion. And it falls into the hedges, and all the bees just kind of like now no longer under their psychic control, just kind of go all willy-nilly elsewhere. They're not swarming the way they were before. And you've prepared the flower arrangements. Very well done.
I'm still stuck here for now, but we'll see what the others are up to, right?
Yeah, for just a little bit. It's temporarily incapacitates, so it might just take you a couple of minutes to unroot yourself, unentwine.
I need to figure out a way to get a handout without lifting the entire table in the process.
Exactly. It'll take just a minute. Let's cut over to Willhaven. Willhaven, you're looking around for Abuela. What are you looking for when it comes to keeping an eye out for this woman?
I believe I'm going to be looking for someone that also has like lots of people around her, because when it does come to like respecting like our elders, there is a group of people that are making sure that like they are okay, and that's Willhaven's instincts, is to find like the group of people that are surrounded by an older lady, and if it's not, if she's well human and this her sweet grandchild is just like, I'm scared, so just check on her, and she's like well capable, I'm gonna still look. That's what's the vibes of what she's doing, what Willhaven is doing to look for this woman.
Okay. Yeah, you keep an eye out as you notice a lot of the Fernandez family members are kind of all just kind of whispering about like, hey, has Abuela shown up? I haven't seen her. She's coming to this, right? Like, yeah, I know she's like 120. That's wild. I can't even believe like she's still ambulatory at this point. But no, she's coming to this. Okay. She's driving. What do you mean she's driving? And at that, you see a Jeep Grand Cherokee just whipping down the driveway. It comes onto two wheels at a certain point as it like rounds this circular driveway, and kind of just comes to a stop as the wheels just thunk back down into place. And there's no doors. And you watch as this just husk of a woman. Actually, that makes her sound thin. She's warm and she's lively. She's just like if a person was made of wrinkles. Like it's hard to tell like where like the mouth and eye lines are because like there's so many just other wrinkles that it's like looking at a killer whale and you're like, okay, the white spots are its eyes. No, that's an illusion. That's like this with her, but wrinkles. So she pops out of the car, pulls a walker, pops it down. It's got the tennis balls on it, and just starts like scooting ever so slowly forward towards like she's not the car is still right in the way. It's in the way of everybody else. And she's just kind of looking about with these very squinty eyes, trying to see where she's meant to go.
I start to run towards her, but then remember what's happening and then slow down and go at a brisk pace towards her.
She looks up at you and smiles. You are not one of mine.
No, I am actually helping one of yours. I was told that I am your assistant and will help you to get to your seat, calm you down. If you want to watch a TikTok with scraw music, I can look that up for you.
Did you say scraw music?
That's what she likes. That was a note,
Ska.
right? Ska. You know, Jenine knows nothing.
Yeah, Janina's baby. That's okay.
Jenine is. This is one of those moments where I'm like, oh, God, Jenine really is so much younger than me.
I'm so small. Yeah. But yes, hello. I can look up TikToks for you. If it's too loud, you can tell me. If not, I also have a fan if you'd like to borrow it for today.
Why you keep offering a clock?
Sorry?
I know what time it is.
Oh,
You say the TikTok like the crocodile in Peter Pan?
I'm the app like Facebook, but
Appetizers?
just
No, it is not time to eat, sweetheart. No.
no, it's not. It's actually time to start setting up. We'll sitting in our places for the ceremony.
We can sit.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. Do you want me to? Do you want to? And then like she offers her arm.
Yeah, she like takes your arm and puts your hand on the walker and then puts her hand over your hand on the walker. I help.
Okay.
And you both move so slowly.
Mm-hmm.
like molasses on halftime. It's just you have an hour before the ceremony. You're not sure you'll get there halfway in that time.
Golf
So
cart?
where are you
There has
from?
to be golf. What, me?
No, the other person.
Oh, where am I from? Well, I grew up in California, and then I kind of moved here for university, and then I kind of have to just stayed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
You have a boyfriend? girlfriend?
Well, I just kind of graduated from school, so I didn't really have a lot of time for partners. You know, you can see,
How old are you?
like 24.
You don't have 3 children?
No. I just graduated from grad school. Like I'm surprised I got the masters. Like,
Oh, you play tennis?
not tennis.
Oh, you said masters. Golf.
Yes.
I was right with girlfriend.
What? No. And then, like, she pulls out her fan and she just starts fanning herself. It's fine. What are you talking about?
Too
No.
cold. Too cold.
Too cold? Sorry. And, like, turns it the other way.
Well, I leave Jenine in this personal hell. What are the rest of you up to as we are going to be getting closer to the ceremony itself?
Well, we handled our one job.
You sure did.
Yeah, I think maybe I guess I would head back slowly to find my seat, and maybe
Yeah.
I'll just speak to Mia and say, has Ramiro said anything about me recently?
No, not at all.
Wonderful. I don't know if you may or may not have heard.
Yeah, you broke up. Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
It
I don't
was-
think Willhaven knew. I think Willhaven is like the only one who didn't know though. So
Oh,
you're good.
okay, wonderful. I just didn't know how to broach that subject. It was painful to say the least. He does go on and on sometimes, a little bit too much.
Does
he? When you are in such an intimate relationship, you see other sides of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. He loves to talk about those books and trees and herbs and plants and how this one can help cure you with another, and I just don't understand why can't I just have simple roses? Just simple red roses. That's all I actually want. I don't know why he insisted on,
You were bothered
accolade.
by more thoughtfulness? That's interesting.
Well, it's not so much as more thoughtfulness. It's more about the fact that, I just want a red rose. I don't need an overabundance of, bees and bugs and wood.
I can see how
recreating
this
our
was for the
home.
best. Yeah.
I know. Thank you so much for understanding. You've been such a delight to talk to. Keeps walking.
All right. Well, I think Mia's gonna sort of look around and be like, I don't have anything to do, and then go to her seat awkwardly clutching her violin case because she doesn't know what to do.
It's not long before the ceremony starts. Like, everybody's kind of getting their seats. You're looking around, you can kind of tell the superheroes in between all the family members, like the ones that are just like barely fitting in their seats. Like, you recognize Dreadnought, the super strong superhero who's like taking up 3 seats in the back and is like trying to hide that their complexion is made of stone. You can see that there's what are some of the other dumb names I came up with? You can see that there's Phantasma, Robo Wizard. Definitely Robo Wizard's kind of like standing out a little bit. Like they're wearing like a mask, kind of like one of those hyper realistic ones. But it's barely working. Funny Bone, the jokester skeleton superhero, also wearing one of those hyper realistic suits. There's a lot of like trench coats going around, a lot of trench coats for an early summer wedding. Flamingo, she's fine. She's just like still dressed all in pink. Pangolin, definitely another one like trying to hide the shell and the claws and everything. Yeah. devil may care, trying to hide the horns under a top hat.
Ramiro has probably already moved all the flowers around and gotten them to their places by now, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
So that's
Are we
sorted.
seated next to each other? I think Willhaven might have mentioned that. way early?
Yes,
Oh,
100%. You were originally seated next to each other.
cool.
Bullhaven was the one that did like the RSVP and made sure that the two of you were sitting next to each other before. Because you know when you RSVP, it's like months in advance.
Yeah.
It was back when you were still my sidekick.
Yes.
I don't think I noticed this until you're there. So
Ramiro would probably show up later than you guys just because they were still handling all of the flower arrangement stuff. And then just sees the empty seat next to Lucian, sighs.
oh. You're here.
Yeah, sorry. I had to get the flowers together for them.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
Just watching
Mhm.
them like.
Well, you know, it's gonna be a nice ceremony and oh shit, guys! Aunt Susan, we didn't move her yet.
Why do we have to move her?
Because no one
Because-
likes Aunt Susan.
The groom
Uh,
literally asked for him to be as far away from her as possible. Not
Aunt
your groom, our
Susan-
groom.
The front row berating the officiant. So what are you? Christian, Catholic, Jewish? You one of you Muslim, Taoist, Zoroastrianist?
She knows a lot of religions.
Do you want me
Okay.
to take care of this, Ramiro?
Put that
like I
theology degree
usually
to work.
do?
If you wouldn't mind, I guess.
Mia's
Of
gonna
course.
lean back over her seat and be like, he is pretty good at talking to people.
Yep.
Fine, I'll do it again. Picking up the pieces. Stands, walks in a very kind of like fuming way.
Universalist, Lutheran, Methodist,
uh,
Mormon.
Interjects and says, "Oh my goodness, it is not Aunt Susan."
Oh, you're fancy. Hello.
Thank you. You're fancy. How are
Oh.
you doing today?
Well, I've been better, been worse.
Yeah, of course. So you were asking about religion?
Oh yeah, I figured I had to go to school for something, so
Oh, theology. I love that. And as I'm talking, I would like to slowly like guide her away. Like slowly with like a motion on my arm on her shoulder to slowly just like move her to a different spot while engaging
absolutely.
in a distracting conversation.
This feels slightly supernatural because you are so absolutely attractive. Why don't you give me a show-off roll for this?
Okay, I'll do
And she's
that.
just like, okay, I'll go wherever you want me to. Yeah.
Oh, I dropped the dice. Oh, here we are. We're back. Oh,
no.
That's a 5 and a 3, so that's an 8.
That's it. Okay.
So close.
Little super glitch. That's okay.
Yeah.
Why don't you give me a d6 roll for that super glitch?
Okay. Oh, it's a 5. I
Five,
perform
okay.
the action in a way that inconveniences others. Checks out.
Literally the
Yeah.
opposite of what was supposed to be happening.
As you're walking like down the aisle the opposite way with Aunt Susan, the wedding march starts to like the band starts to like start warming up for that, and you realize you are directly in line for the groom.
Oh, yes, I just, Buddhism has just really good, interesting practices with its roots all the way back into Asia. And I kind of just want to slowly sit. Actually, I want to place her in my old seat next to Ramiro.
Fantastic. God, I was hoping that's what you were gonna do. Yes. Incredible. Yes.
And I'll say like, oh, haven't you met my good friend here, Ramiro? They love theology. And like, it's her down.
She looks over at Ramiro, looks up and down. Clogs, huh? Uh-huh. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll just give a wink and then just like find another seat, maybe
Well, you
somewhere
see,
across the aisle.
my parents were Dutch Reform, so
You smell like wood chips.
thank you.
I don't mean that as a good thing. Okay. So,
It's-
Wilhaven, you have just gotten Abuela to her seat. Lucian, you've just gotten Aunt Susan to your old seat. You've found an appropriate one. Wilhaven, you are able to dive like just out of the way as the band begins to pick up and play the wedding march. It is the decision of the grooms that both of them are going to walk down the aisle. Little bit of tension never really hurt anybody. And as they both walk down separately with their, their parents on either side, you can see the massive form of this Alexander Atlas, hiding his identity through a pair of thick glasses, otherwise wearing a lovely suit and bow tie. Gets to the end of the aisle. Billy Fernandez with his parents on either side wearing this elegant blue attire walks down with a big smile that's just like shining in the sunlight. And as they get to the end of the aisle and the parents take their seat, the officiant performs an amazing ceremony. It's very thoughtful. You recognize the officiant as Holy Roller, the skateboard, or I'm sorry, skate. Yeah,
Priest.
I guess they're just skates. Yeah, rollerblades. The rollerblade wearing cleric, superhero, real popular with the kids. Yeah, not
Did a
not
crossover
officiating
with
any-
Preacher once.
Yeah, not no like affiliation to any religion. Just really cool with the powers that be. But they perform a lovely ceremony, and it's full of love and thoughtfulness, and they read their respective kind of words of affirmation and beauty to each other. And yeah, it's beautiful. You all sit through what is a reasonably timed ceremony. This isn't a Catholic wedding. You're not there for 2 hours. And the little bit of time goes by, everybody claps, they walk down the aisle, they throw something that's appropriate. I don't even know at this point. Every time somebody comes
Glitter.
up, yeah, the worst.
Flower, red and
they blow
blue
bubbles.
flower petals.
Petals
Yeah,
are good.
flower
Yeah.
petals, they blow bubbles. I think bubbles are still appropriate unless they kill seagulls or something. I don't know. Every time they come up with something new, it's like, oh well, think about the pigeons. Um, the wedding ceremony is completed, and you all move over to the other half of the property for the reception. And you all get over there first, as the photographer's taking photos of the family and everything, and you can see that the cake is brought out and it's in great condition. What are you all looking to do at the early part of the reception?
I would like to know who is the kind of like second most popular superhero here towards, instead of the two grooms, the next one that is preferably single. And I would like to flirt with them very much so.
I think Lucian definitely knows that's probably Dan Millions. That's
the
that's
one
the shadow.
Rekindling the shadow fire.
not the old flame.
Rough.
Fine. Well, I'll take two different like cocktails and I'll walk towards Dan and kind of like hand Dan a drink and say, I don't remember this being your favorite, but it's all I got so far. And then kind of hand them
Oh,
a champagne
thanks.
glass. You're
Yeah.
welcome. How have you been, Dan?
Angsty. Yeah.
Of course. I'm so sorry.
Well,
I
my
remember-
parents died.
Yes, I do remember. You mentioned that quite a bit
Right.
when we were together. Is everything good in the $1 million household?
Well, $1 billion house.
Oh,
Um,
of course.
oh, you're talking about
Sorry.
my last name. No, I get it
Yeah.
now. Right. Yeah. Should really change that. Yeah, the butler, he's been great. I can't remember his name.
Oh, how is
Um,
Greg?
oh, Greg?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good.
He hasn't passed yet, has he?
I don't know. Keep paying him. Hopefully not.
Have you taken on any new sidekicks? Looking around, like kind of eyeing Will Haven, I guess, in the mention of
Yeah, but
sidekicks.
this is a no kids kind of wedding, so couldn't bring him.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
His parents died too.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Of course.
What was?
It happens apparently a lot.
Are you starting another orphanage?
What's an orphanage?
It's all right. Cheers.
Wait, no. When rich boys' parents die, don't they just stay in a giant mansion all by themselves and the nameless butler?
Some, a few. So
okay,
far,
I was worried there that I had a weird upbringing or something, but
no, I
totally
think
normal.
your upbringing is
Cha-ching.
very, very normal.
Yeah.
I miss our wonderful talks, Dan, and your wonderful voice, and drink the entire cocktail in one gulp at that. And say, is there like is there? It's not dancing yet. This is like cocktail hour, right? This is like
Oh, for
we're
sure. Yeah.
Still
schmoozing.
early on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Open bar. Yeah.
I think
Oh.
realizing like the mistake of what they've come back to downs that, and they'll say, "Maybe I'll see you later," and then like hands Dan the empty glass that I have, turns and walks back into the crowd.
It looks like it's a riddle. I'm not wearing hockey pads. Nice.
I think like as soon as Ramiro was able to ditch Aunt Susan, it's just probably like going over to Mia while that is happening, and is just like staring, like just like slouch staring at Lucian and Dan, just like fucking Dan Millions, picking up a cocktail.
Mia has been nursing one drink in the corner, just like smiling at anytime anybody walks nearby, being like, "Hi," and then immediately back to like,
Hey Mia.
"When is this wedding gonna be over?" Hi. Oh, hey. Ooh. Wow. This is just the cocktail hour.
You okay?
I'm fine. How are you? You look sad.
It just looks back over as Lucian is handing the drink off to Dan and walking away. A little less
Oh.
sad now, I guess.
Oh, gross. I don't know how
Yeah.
anyone stands talking to him for like any amount of time. Not,
Dan?
yeah, Dan, not Lucy.
Okay.
But Dan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Anyway,
How are you otherwise?
it's a wedding where
Yeah.
the only people I know are basically my bosses. So, you know. Hey.
mean, You kind of
And-
know me.
Yeah, and you guys as well.
Yeah.
It's like a couple of you, and then all of our bosses are here, just and their families just hanging out. Yeah. Wow. I am sorry that you're having to put up with Lucian so much today, though.
No, that's not that big a deal. I don't know.
Is it?
I made some missteps of my own, you know. It's just what it is.
I don't know, man. Dude, it seems like I think you're better off.
Maybe. I mean, they still think I'm a guy. She thought after a few months that would have realized I'm also non-binary, but
Oh, Lord.
you know.
No, that tracks. No, that completely tracks. They also like have no interest in anything that you like, which I think is like a bare minimum requirement. You have to
I
at least show
guess.
some kind of interest. A partner should show some kind of interest in the things you like. And like, not everybody likes history and plants as much as you, but there's definitely people in the world who are not bored by history and plants.
I just want to clear something up because although I have to say it to people, I don't actually like plants that much.
Oh.
I'm just in it. I am in the seed bed unwillingly. You understand?
Oh, okay. Wow. Oh, wow. That must be tough. I never.
I
at
don't
least you're
hate
not
plants or
allergic.
anything. It's not. No, it's just like I never really thought too much about them beyond what they would do to excavation sites and things like that. I was really more of a dog person before.
Every holiday, you're just getting more planter stuff and soil, and they just love plants. They love plants so much.
It's like the one time you mention you like turtles or something, and then everyone
Right.
buys you turtle shit for the rest of your life.
Like, don't get me wrong, my gardening is on point at this point, but
You did a great job with the flowers.
thanks. I mean, with what I could do, it's pretty cheap stuff.
I can't believe they wound up with such a bad florist, but you know.
Yeah. Well, priorities, I suppose. You think they would have, like, given that they just have the venue, would have had the extra money to throw around. I don't know. But it's solved. It's good.
Yeah,
It's good.
and we made it through the whole ceremony with no like major catastrophes, and now we just have to sit around and eat and drink and make small talk.
Yeah. I'm very lonely. I'm gonna go have more drinks.
Me too. Wait, I'm coming with you. I'm also gonna have more drinks.
Okay.
think I head
we'll
to the
be
bar as
lonely
well.
together. What's Willhaven up to?
So this is TikTok. It's an app with videos, and this is and then just like shows the dancing videos.
Where are all of their clothes?
What do you? They're wearing clothes.
Not enough.
It's... Okay. Yeah, the youth of today are really weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They should wear more clothes, and then puts the phone away. Is there anything I can get you?
Prosecco? The drink that the short hair person, the prosecco with what did they say? The
I can ask. Is that one of the like signature cocktails? I don't drink much either. I'm very much like studies and extracurriculars. So when I go out, it's not a lot, but I can look.
it was the Negroni with prosecco.
Okay.
Yes.
I can see if they have that in the bar.
Okay.
Okay. I'll be back.
Okay.
And then just tries to find any of the other three, like, help.
Ramiro will come over, and I think I do have something that will immediately like ease that tension, which is Ramiro's just gonna walk right past Willhaven and ask Abuela what she wants to drink in Spanish.
Good.
Good.
It's gonna be Castilian Spanish, so it's gotta make sure to not. There's a few little hiccups there, but they'll get it. They'll get each other.
Yeah, I'm just referencing that House of the Dragon meme where the one
Can I have a
actor
Negroni
says
Spagliato?
Negroni Spagliato. Yeah, so it comes off as Italian Spanish.
Yeah. Yeah, and then
Negroni Spagliato.
Spagliato.
Ramiro just like realizing turns to
Thank you,
Willhaven.
Ian.
The Negroni was the drink, not the person who gave it to her. If that's what you were worried. I'm gonna go
Oh.
get the drink.
Cool.
He
Awesome.
wasn't being racist, just to clarify.
I'll be here.
That's just what the word is in the language.
Wild.
I'll be back.
It's
They're
what the
drink.
phone lady said. The phone with the pink, the phone person.
The phone
Yeah.
person in the pink.
From the clocks.
The clock app! Yeah!
So Ramiro will bring her the drink.
I would like
yeah,
to be
Mia's
ordering.
drinking white wine, just aggressively. Like
Right.
this is the worst.
Aggressive white wine. Love it. Ice
I
cubes,
would-
yeah.
Love to be ordered the Negroni Spagliato at the bar as Lucian. Maybe run into Ramiro as they come up.
Making the
Order.
same drink order.
Yeah. Turning to you and say, "Oh, how is Aunt Susan?"
In the bathroom.
Good, good.
Turns out she has a
noticed-
pollen allergy.
Oh.
Works to my favor.
Well, that's one way to be rid of her. Nice decorations, and like as they like motion towards the flower arrangements that has been kind of like set out everywhere.
Thank you. Lots of practice.
I see you haven't lost your touch.
Well, kind of hard to. My life depends on it right now.
Your life always depends on it.
No, I meant literally. I have
I
the
know.
seed for. Okay.
I
Just making
understand.
sure.
I've Ramiro, we've been there. I understand.
Yeah. I need to get this drink back to Abuela.
Don't let me get in your way.
It is at that point that the bartender turns around and rips off their hyper-realistic mask and says, "Would you like your drinks with a side of death?" And you would see that this is Yankee Smasher, the late 1700s robot that is haunted with the ghost of King George,
Which one?
the one for the Revolutionary War. I can't remember
Cool.
the number. Is that the
Cool.
third? I don't
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a
It's
robot.
not King James.
Yeah, more like an automaton. There's a lot of clockwork going on there, but yeah, like think like
This
the
is-
boxiest kind of robot that was meant to like stop the revolution. That's yeah, and then is also possessed by the.
Is
ghost
this
of
a
King
public
George.
domain supervillain?
No, this is my own creation, and I'm very proud of it.
I love it. I love
What
it.
was the character's name again? I missed that part.
Yankee Smasher.
Yankee Smasher. Got it.
Yankee. Okay. I'd say hold the death, please, and then like throw my drink into whatever circuit I can find.
Yeah, no roll. It's yeah, you've won. Yeah, that's it. Okay.
Should have stuck with the clockwork and not updated to Tesla Punk.
Did any of the normal people at this wedding witness 1700s robot show up for a second?
It just kind of like implodes and kind of falls off to the side, and there's a couple of like, just like, oh, was it a magic trick? That was really nice. That was good.
If people are plotting, Narcissus will bow.
Fantastic. Okay.
Any attention.
Yeah.
Any attention.
He is gonna look at Ramiro and go, "We're really getting like the D-list and below superheroes or supervillains this event. I was really, I think maybe Mystery oversold it a little bit."
Well, let's be happy about that at least, because if there were the bigger players, then we wouldn't be able to just
Yeah,
keep doing this.
Throw a drink at it.
Yeah, it would be a little bit more like everyone might die sort of situation. Not conducive to a wedding.
So Ramiro's getting a little bit tipsy, right? And I figure it's a liquid courage situation as well. So I'm actually, if I can make a roll, I was gonna make a blend-in roll to just be like, I feel like it's kind of like what Ramiro wanted to do is, just as they're heading back to Abuela and breaking off so that they can make that space and let it kind of sit there, they were going to like turn to Lucy and be like, if you want to dance later, let me know, or something like that, and just go, right? Because they did see how your interaction with Dan went, and Ramiro is like a little too altruistic to not be like, oh, might as well. But at the same time, nervous, kind of drunk, superpowers. I
Great.
don't know if there's gonna be like a costume malfunction, so to speak, with just like a rose or something sprouting out of their jacket.
Whose
You know what I
idea
mean?
was it to have an open bar at a superhero wedding?
Yeah. So should I make a blend roll to attempt to
Go
just
for it. Absolutely.
play it cool? Okay, that is 9.
9. Okay, that will be a. I believe that's just a regular glitch. Yes.
Anything
it
under
is a
12,
regular
right?
super
Yeah.
glitch.
Okay, let's see what kind. Hold on. That die didn't really roll. There we go. You perform an action in a way that draws unwanted attention.
Okay. What does that look
Uh,
like?
Can I interject for just a small moment? As I see Ramiro do this kind of action towards me, and they are about to like attract attention to themselves, can I try to interpose and bring the attention to me instead of them?
For sure. Yeah.
And
How would you like to
go?
do that?
Depends on how you are about to expose yourself, I guess. That I will.
I think it would be funny if it's like, it's not even necessarily their powers, but more like they're just so nervous about like trying to say that. Just this little like, hey, maybe I'll say to my ex that if they want, they can dance with me later. That like they're sweating and the green roots are starting to show as like their like temporary dye is coming out.
Oh, okay, wonderful.
Is that okay with you, Derek?
Yeah, for sure.
As the roots begin to show, and somebody said magic trick, I want to play off of the crowd's idea of a magic trick, and kind of use my illusionary powers, look into the whatever drink that they have, the reflection off of the glass or the water, just very quickly spin into Ramiro, like, and pull like a little magic trick and like create I don't know, instead of roots, it'll seem like I just like gave him like a hat, like a beautiful like fascinator or something to just like cover up that moment, as if it was like a sleight of hand, but it's actually a real illusion.
Hey,
is that
you
show
do-
off?
That
Or-
I would call that a show off. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, yeah, that's definitely a 9.
Okay.
So
So yeah, D6, please.
a D6. I got a 4. Unintended
yeah.
destruction.
Unattended destruction. Okay. What gets destroyed?
I think in this quick movement of like pulling a reflection out of like the illusion out of the glass and like putting on his head, I think I actually like spilled the drink, and like have it kind of shatter and spill all over the both of us, as it like as it breaks and we lose Abuela's beautiful Negroni.
Yeah, it's just like, oh. You do still get a little bit of applause, except for Aunt Susan, who's made her way out of the bathroom and goes, "Heck! I saw David Blaine do that in '94."
I'll turn
She
to
get
Ramiro.
invited to this wedding, I would say to Willhaven.
I don't think she got invited. I think she just kind of saw the invitation and then showed up.
Ooh, yeah.
It was a valiant effort, Lucian.
I tried. Yes, if you'd like, to the question you were about to ask. And then I'm gonna clean myself up, and I guess like walk towards the bathroom.
Yeah. Ramiro just standing there, like, drink on shirt, just press the shoes.
The the ceremony, or not the ceremony, the reception continues on. The grooms arrive. You'll get yourselves cleaned up. They cut the cake. They have their best man speeches where Dan Millions comes up, as well as
Oh God.
what did I say? The Plasto, the rubber man, or whatever the hell his name was. Plymo, the rubber man.
Flymo.
Plymo, the rubber man. They both give their best man speeches. Dan's is pretty rough. So, when I was a kid, my parents died. I didn't have family like this, and I never will. But I did have money, and that's what binds me and Alex together. Money, you see, is the root of all things that are good. And I think everybody should have it. If you don't,
Lean over to Wellhaven like, I feel so sorry for his sidekick.
Yeah. Yeah. I almost applied to be his sidekick. I'm really happy I didn't get it.
Never go for the A-listers. Worst people to do it for.
I've learned a lot. You I honestly, great mentor.
Thank you.
Pretty confident as a superhero. I am not a superhero.
Yes,
But
you are.
if I were.
Oh, right.
Understood.
and
Understood.
seasons across the party just
Oh right. Okay.
Yeah. But William just goes, so are the two of you back?
No.
It's not.
No. It's I we'll see. I don't know.
Too soon.
Probably not.
Too soon.
I just found out this was a thing like 2 hours
Okay.
ago.
Yeah, you gotta process it, but it's
I know
We
nothing.
are- We are what we are.
We are going
And,
to dance
okay.
later.
That's wonderful.
That's all.
I'm happy. I'm
That's
happy
all
you're
we
going to
need think
dance.
about. Yeah.
Cool.
So
How much
about,
longer is this reception?
How about those speeches?
speeches go on. The dancing begins. They have their first dance. It's beautiful. It's lovely. It's something that's like, one of the nicer kind of like country songs that they both can kind of agree on. That's it's not like the "I loved you first," and it's not "We'll put a boot in your ass." It's the American way. It's more upper tier than that. The dancing commences, and then like the dance floor kind of gets open to everybody. They've brought out like this kind of like hard shell to go over the grass itself to allow people not to like slip in the grass as it starts to get darker. And as it does get darker, fireworks are shot. It's a beautiful night. What are you all doing as it begins to get darker?
Checking
Going
my
to
phone
There's
constantly.
maybe a couple hours left in this party. I'm sorry, Tori, go ahead.
I'm checking my phone constantly, being like, can we go? Like, this is so awkward. And then, like, occasionally trying to make small talk, I guess, with maybe some of the other heroes who aren't my bosses that are here, like, hey, yeah, weddings, yeah. And trying not to talk about work.
I think Lucian definitely loses the jacket, so they don't get stepped on and don't
Yeah.
get tangled on the dance floor. So it's really just a corset and high-waisted pants at this point with heels. And then I think they definitely get more tipsy as the night goes on. I think initially they would just like be by themselves. Wherever the center of the attention of the dance floor is normally where they gravitate to. And it's just like patiently waiting for Ramiro, I think, in their own way. A little bit afraid themselves of whether they should be the one to instigate anything. Potentially maybe making another circle at Dan, but then realizing that was another bad decision. Why did I do this twice in a day?
Dan gives you like double
Oh,
finger
right.
guns.
And I'm like slowly like backing up.
Sorry, I shouldn't do that. I don't use guns.
It's all right. Yeah.
Yeah, Lucian, it is at one point that you do feel a tap on your shoulder. and a swish of a black cloak as you hear the voice, "Mind the way, cut in," and you turn to see Dr. Acula, famed vampire villain.
Dracula. Oh,
I am here to make a
Doctor.
blood withdrawal.
Oh, again. with-
I knew the darkness was going to come into play as soon as the sun was gone.
I guess in this weird moment, I will try to like. It's another dance battle. I will dance with Dr. Acula and try to kind of maybe either trip him in this moment because I don't have anything reflective near me unless there's other reflective surfaces around me. I can't really like use my power in
Yes,
this.
this might be your main villain, a vampire with mirrors. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm like, I think if there's like a tango that's happening, we would kind of just like be in a tango.
For
and I
sure,
say-
yeah.
And I'd be like, we meet again, Dr. Acula, in the most unpleasant of circumstances for me.
Incredible. Go ahead and give me a show-off roll, unless you are looking to use any explicit superpowers in this.
I don't have my purse with me. That's where my other mirror is at. So I think I'm just gonna physically try to beat him out. I don't know.
Yeah, you're still super strong and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And any of the other heroes are welcome to step in as well if they
I-
would like to cut in on this.
I think Mia's hanging out with Bullhaven at this point and is like,
Okay.
shit, isn't that his nemesis?
I can wait. Maybe I can maybe do something. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
have I don't have a nemesis yet. Am I supposed to get a nemesis?
They sort of come naturally
They just
after
show
a
up
certain
naturally?
point. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna. Yeah, she's impulsive. She's on month 2, guys.
I love
She
it.
walks over and goes, "May I cut in?" And there is like slight steam coming out of her hands because they're warming up.
Okay.
Perfect. I got a 9 on the roll, so I do glitch.
You do glitch. Go ahead and give me a glitch roll, please.
Okay.
Yeah, we haven't gotten supercharged yet, have we?
We've got
I did earlier.
Oh,
Yes.
right, you did. Yeah, that was like the first roll, actually.
Yeah.
I got a 6.
You activate one or more of your specific superpowers. So, what does this look like? As you're on the dance floor, there's people kind of dancing all around you, and then you and Dr. Acula seem to have garnered some attention as he, in his undead lividity, seems to be rather flexible.
I think in this like moment where we are tangoing, and I would like to imagine like Roxanne playing
Yeah.
Yes.
in the background.
The Moulin Rouge version. for
Yeah,
sure.
the Moulin Rouge version specifically.
Yes.
And I think we're very close to each other. And I think in this moment I realize like even though there is no like reflective surfaces near me and I'm staring him directly in his eyes, I assume that the lights are reflecting off of his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to unintentionally use my like superpower to I guess what can I do? I guess catch whatever is reflected in his eyes, which might be either me or someone else or a group of people, to just like this is gonna be so bad because it's in front of everybody. In a moment, just like replicate a mini like troop to like kind of like overpower him in this like as I try to twirl him into like a group of people or of illusions or whatever. To confuse
Yeah, a
him.
bunch of like Transylvanian villagers all just like appear from nowhere. Oh no! The proletariat, my one weakness.
Oh, this is great. This is just
and,
great.
and Dr.
Maybe-
Acula turns into a bat and flutters off into the night.
Oh, he does. Okay. I thought I was gonna have to do allergy warfare again.
Oh, cool. Cool.
Could I
can grow
turn?
garlic.
Could I have turned them into Willhaven as they were about to say something? I think. Were you
Sure.
about to?
I was just going to do a little fire, and then when we but
Oh.
he's gone, you're just, oh great, We don't have to do that.
Yeah,
I don't
just
have to burn that man alive.
spit him out.
The
Oh,
villagers light their torches on your fire, and they feel validated.
Cool.
Mia, being closer to the lake, you start to notice some gurgling. This seems to be the moment that everybody's choosing to have their maneuvers. As you watch as Manowar, the underwater submarinal villain, jellyfish themed, rises up with the lake now filling with jellyfish,
Oh dear.
and through his helmeted face, I've come to take you all to the depths. I have.
Ooh. Hey, friends. I take back what I said about D-list villains. This is solidly CB tier.
I would hope so, if my rival was here. Sorry.
Just leaning over to Ramiro, just leaning over to Mia. Does Manowar realize that that's a freshwater lake and those jellyfish are going to die any second now?
He's having a rough time. He's trying to pick the jellyfish up and like throw them onto land. Go, my minions.
Yeah, I don't know if he really thought this one through. Maybe he thought it was a beach wedding. Like maybe he was expecting a beach wedding.
Maybe.
Anyway, Mia's
address.
going to like scurry over to the lake to try and keep this problem contained as close to the lake as possible, so it doesn't get too near the rest of the party.
Oh.
Yeah, I think you haven't fought a villain yet, really, right?
No, we fought the bad guys.
Oh, right.
Masqueraders.
Yeah, the masqueraders. Yeah.
Manowar looks over. Yar, sorry. This was supposed to go differently. Can you hold this? He's like handing you a jellyfish.
No, I'm not gonna hold. I'm gonna explode the jellyfish
Oh.
with my explosion power.
It's already dead.
They're
I
all-
feel pain anyway.
It's so rough, yeah. Listen, I will concede a draw if I can have a piece of cake.
Hey, Will,
Mm.
would you mind running real quick and grabbing a piece of cake for this unfortunate soul?
I will go at the appropriate speed. And she's talking slower than she normally talks.
I think you can go fast. Just
Should I?
grab a piece of cake.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds good. Don't
Uh,
do anything out of the ordinary. And she
I'll
does
keep
the
an eye
little,
on him.
and then goes.
We have an accord.
Yeah, she'll go super speed.
Okay. So would you like this to be a show off, or you like being super?
I think this is a super just because it's like, oh, it's like here and back real quick. That hopefully no one notices anything.
Fast
Okay.
enough that the eye doesn't follow. Kind of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a B super. 4.
I love that triumph.
Yes.
I get scared.
And you zip back and forth, bringing a piece of cake to Manowar.
Hey.
All right. Bon voyage. I guess that's to me.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Please
go
take all the
away.
jellyfish with you. You know they can still sting people when they're dead, so really
He's
don't
kind
need
of like
like
kicking
Abuela.
one along like a flat
we
soccer ball. Yeah.
we don't need Abuela stepping on it. It would probably kill her.
Abuela! And then
Oh, Abuela's
Weaver
here.
runs back.
Yes. You gotta be careful with Abuela.
Yeah. Sensitive lady.
Mm.
Okay. And just like going back into the water, just like it's such a shallow lake. It takes him so long to actually go under.
Oh, good God.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Do you
As
think
the
we
night
can get
is
paid
wrapping
for
up-
this wedding?
No! I thought we were just guests.
I
Well-
know, but we've had to do so much work.
Before the night wraps too, there still needs to be a dance.
Yes!
Mm.
Was holding out on it because I thought
Uh,
maybe that should be near the end.
Okay.
right.
Yes. By all means.
Yeah. So while Mia is handling Manowar, Ramiro will just walk over to Lucian. Shall we?
I was hoping you remembered.
Oh, I didn't
Oh.
forget. I was just, trying to remember the steps.
I can teach you if you forget. And they start to do a little, maybe a waltz? I don't know.
Be a waltz, yeah.
And as we do this, and maybe I lead you a little bit if you want me to.
Yeah.
Trying to gauge the vibe of like exactly what's happening.
I like the idea of like Ramiro having been somewhere in the background practicing and is just doing really well immediately, like surprisingly well. So it's a show off move.
Oh, yeah.
Taking advantage of those super reflexes to just get like perfect timing on the steps. That's a 7.
Okay, so we have a super glitch.
And that's a 6.
All right. One or more of your specific superpowers activate.
I could pick something that would be cute, but still a problem within the fiction.
Love it.
Okay. So just like as they're doing the little waltz around the dance floor, going back and forth, it's like a trail of like greenery is forming on the dance floor, like growing on top of it, with little flowers. And we'll say that they're just those roses that Lucien wanted so bad. Just little roses, single roses growing it.
Can Mia help this situation and also make it cuter by Mia's going to see what's happening and be like, oh, cute. And then telekinesis, pick up the flowers and sort of like spread the petals apart so they're not as obvious so everyone isn't seeing them, and then like make the petals float around.
Absolutely. You will watch as like Billy and Alexander are somewhat like raised up. They're holding each other, hands kind of interlocked, and even they appreciate the beauty that you all are.
Is this B super or show
this is
up?
definitely a B super.
Yes.
As you all are creating this like superhuman-esque display of love.
Disney movie moment.
It's late enough and all the normies are drunk enough that they'll just be like, wow, weddings are so romantic. Weddings are magical.
I kind of gasp at the flowers at the moment and go, you remembered.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've never forgotten. It's just didn't have the chance to remedy it.
I just want to say, I'm sorry for everything.
Me too.
I know I can be a lot, and that sometimes I choose to be, and not everyone can handle that, but you're not everyone. So, I'm sorry for taking up all the space that I did, and I will try to rectify some of that.
Maybe we'll have some more room to grow then.
I hope so. Like these, and then like picks up one of the roses and then continues to dance.
Mia's going to start playing the violin.
Mia, give me one more roll. This actually, I think this is our first roll with experience, as you had been playing your violin the very first thing, and had glitched on it. So you may roll, I guess whatever you're going to roll, whether it be show off 2d6 or blend in with 3d6, you may do so twice and take the lower of your rolls.
I'm gonna roll a show off because I
Okay.
am good. Because everyone, we've done a little bit of superpower. I think everyone's accepting it, so I can make my stuff super sound nice in the space.
For sure.
All right, so that's a 5, and then let's see what the other one is. It's also a 5. I rolled a 5 twice, so it's working as intended.
This is a super glitch, so give me one last
No,
super glitch here.
5 isn't a super glitch.
Oh, it's a 5 total. I thought you rolled
Yes.
2 5s
No,
together.
no.
I apologize. Yes, works as intended. Beautiful. Okay. Is there anything else any of you wanted to do tonight?
Anything else for you, Janine? For Willhaven?
Will Haven just turns and goes, so are they back together? Are they not back together?
You know what? I think they are.
Oh my god, this is so exciting! Will Haven's just in the back, just little claps.
Well, the night continues on. Let's have one final little thing happen here. It's again, nighttime. The fireworks have ceased. There's lights. There's music. Everybody's having a fantastic time. And then you all look up as you see an entire armada of Clendathan warships decloak in atmosphere.
There it is.
Oh.
And as they begin to descend, very close encounters of the third kind, they all begin to light up. And as they do light up, they say something in alien script that you can't quite. It's very like if you've ever seen like Predator, it's kind of like a lot of like scritches and scratches and things like that. And then it corrects almost like like a jumbotron sort of, and it says congratulations, Titan and Blue Flame.
Oh.
And I'm going to count that as your 20th because you were at 19. So just for the fun of it, I'm going to have Aunt Susan go, I fucking knew it! They superheroes!
Fuck!
So close.
Yeah.
And then, Willhaven, I'll actually, you'll feel a little tug on your outfit. And you'll look down and there's Abuela. And she goes, can I tell you a secret?
What's up?
I'm a superhero too.
Really?
And Abuela goes to like the center of the dance floor right next to Alexander and Billy, and she goes, I was the first Blue Flame. They called me Azura. And she lights up in all of this like magnificent blue flame, pulls off her like shawl and everything, and there's like a solid gold jumpsuit that she's in, and she goes, superheroes are cool.
I love her.
Yeah.
That's where we're going to end tonight.
Ah.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
We
I
got
guess
revealed, but it wasn't our fault in the end.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
It was a
At
bunch
19.
of villains being like, on this day we will be nice.
in the most inconvenient way possible.
Well, they're still villains.
Yeah.
Thank you to everyone for joining us. Thank you to this wonderful cast for creating these fantastic characters, for having so much fun with this one-page game. I love one-page games because it allows great storytellers like these to like really just open up. Like you're not confined to any real rules. You just get one little thing, and it's all based on the stuff that you all create, and you all do so amazing. So I'm very, very grateful. And again, thank you to you for joining us in the audience. Thank you to the donations that have already gone to Trans Lifeline. You can donate at any time, later today, later this week, or even during our next game. It always gets paid forward to whatever the next game is. I'm going to talk about our calendar here in a minute, but first of all, I do want to emphasize, again, these amazing people and shout them out. So if you don't mind, we're going to go around. If you want to say your name, where we can find more of you, and yeah, we'll go from there. So Maso, if you don't mind starting us out, where can we find more of your lovely self?
Yeah, my name is Maso Perez. I am Trumoy on almost everything, so TRUMOI. I'm pretty sure it's on my little name there. But mainly you can find me on itch.io, on Reddit, on Tumblr, on Discord too. I'm trying to have more of an online presence. We'll see if I get around to it. But yeah, would love to hear from people. I also have a lot of free games online for people to try out. So yeah, check out my itch page if you want something for free or want to peruse my newest game, Boyfriend Dungeon.
Fantastic. I highly recommend checking out Boyfriend Dungeon. We did a feature of that on one of our Sword and Teas. Incredible game, incredible video game, incredible TTRPG. Basically, it's a dating sim where the person you're dating can also turn into a weapon, and that's super awesome. Highly recommend checking it out. I'd love to do a feature of that, an actual like full either one shot or maybe even campaign at some point. I know I've done that already, but still on this channel. But I would love to do it. Next up, Tori.
Hey, my name's Tori. You can find me all over the internet on all the websites as that nerd Tori. I don't have anything else lined up at the moment other than some live in-person theater. If you're in Massachusetts, I work with the Post Meridian Radio Players where I am a Foley artist. That's my cool thing that I do outside of being on the internet. But yeah, you can follow me on all the socials for general nerd posting. I'm going to be very hype about Dawn Trail for Final Fantasy XIV very soon. Maybe I'll even get back to streaming for it here on Twitch as that nerd Tori. And yeah, see you around the internet.
Yeah, I would love to see Tori in so many more things. Absolutely fantastic player.
Yeah.
Yeah. Janine.
Hello, I'm Jenine Florence. I use they them pronouns. I'm Jenine Florence on all social media things. You can catch me in a couple of podcasts over at Wicked TTRPG, a new TTRPG currently running Kids on Bikes. We launch our last episode next week. If you're also interested in another Kids on Bikes that I've run, check out Let's Go to the Mall from Queer PG. I was the GM on that one, and I'm very proud of it. And also, if you're in Massachusetts, I'm going to be in a couple of shows coming up. I'm in a reading with Moonbox Productions next weekend. So if you're in the New England area, come check it out. That's me.
Incredible. Yeah, if you can see like these people live doing this kind of stuff, even better. I realized that this game specifically, without intending to, was just full of theater nerds. But that's also the TTRPG space in general, so it's guaranteed to happen from time to time. Last but absolutely not least, Ian.
Hi, my name is Ian DePriest. My pronouns are he, they. You can find me everywhere on the internet as Ian DePriest. I am a voice actor, singer, songwriter. I have an album out, an EP out. I'm currently working on a second one. I will be on the Queer XP podcast coming up soon, sometime later this year. We're gonna do some what was it? Roseville Beach, I think, is what we're gonna be playing. So I'm very excited for that. Other than that, thank you for having me.
Pleasure is all ours. Yes, thank you to all of you for for applying, for being on Sword and Key. We hope to see these faces again in so many wonderful places, including ours. But yeah, if you were looking for wonderful players, look no further. They are but here. If you are looking for me, hi, I'm Derek Sword. I use he, him pronouns. Yes, Sword is my real last name. Yes, it's awesome. No, you can't have it. I have been your GM for this game, as I am for many games here on this channel, as I am the sword half of Sword and Key. But Sword and Key is so much more than that. It is these wonderful people and all the other wonderful people who make up our community. If you are one of them, welcome. We love having you here. If you haven't joined our community yet, you're more than welcome. Join our Discord at any time through beacons.ai/Sword and Key or any of our socials. I'll back up just a little bit. If you want to find me personally on socials, it's dsword16. Most of what I do, though, is just retweeting Sword and Key stuff. So, beacons.ai/Sword and Key, you can find all of our socials there. Instagram, Blue Sky, Twitter. All of those are sword_and_key. You can also find our discount codes. We have discount codes for Greenleaf Geek Dice if you are looking for a new dice set in your life. Eldritch Foundry if you're looking for custom minis of your very specific character, regardless of what TTRPG it is. Or if you're looking for some new cosmetics, we are partnered with Wishbone Cosmetics. They are a queer-owned, UK-based vegan cosmetic company. For Eldritch Foundry, you can use code Sword and Key, all one word, for 10% off your first purchase. For Greenleaf Geek Dice, it's code sword_and_key for 10% off almost everything. And on Wishbone Cosmetics, it's code EVA, EVA. All of that's on the beacons, so you don't have to memorize it. You can also find on our beacons all of our ongoing philanthropic endeavors. For this month, we are raising money for Trans Lifeline, but year-round, we are raising money for Palestine Children's Relief Fund, as well as Canine Companions for Independence. And there will be other ones that come go depending on what games are playing and what month it is, so keep an eye out for that as well. Um, Looking at our calendar, I say confidently, because it is Pride Month. So later today at 3 p.m. Pacific, I will be back for our ongoing Nautical 5e campaign, 3 years and ongoing. That is Horizon's Call. So they'll be back at 3 p.m. Pacific time. This is the penultimate week to our over month-long break. So we'll play this week and next week, the 22nd, and then we're taking a month off because, much like this game, one of our players is getting married, and massive congratulations to him. We're actually going to meet in person and have a great time. Tomorrow, we have at 10 a.m. Pacific time the return of Public Access Welcome Home. That is the third of 4 parts. So the last game of that will play on the 23rd. We also have at 3 p.m. Pacific time Twilight and the Gala of Good and Evil, the 5e mini campaign that I'm running for Pride Month. That'll be at 3 p.m. And then it's also the release of the next episode of Monster Crush. It is Father's Day, so we have a daddy episode. We're doing the daddy of all monsters, according to Greek mythology, Typhon. So it's actually a pretty interesting episode. It's got a lot of snake stuff. That's your thing. Not tomorrow, Monday the 17th at 4 p.m. Pacific time, Eva will be running the second part of Moonlight on Roseville Beach Suite on Jenny. On Tuesday the 18th, the return of Gate Night, which is the only video game we currently stream on this channel, where I play along with Shadow and LD, and we play Baldur's Gate 3. And it's great. We're still in Act 1, but we've made it to the Underdark, and we're still flirting and flaunting our way through the Forgotten Realms. We don't have anything on this channel for Juneteenth, so we are going to be boosting other channels that day. So definitely throw some support out to any channels that are doing Juneteenth activities. On the 20th, Bear will be running a one-shot of For the Queen at 4 p.m. Pacific time. Fantastic card-based game that is very open-ended. I'm very excited to see how it works on stream. The 21st, on Friday, Kayla will be running a 6 p.m. game of Monster of the Week Slumber Trophy, which is based off of the rock band Sleep Token. And that has a fantastic cast. So both For the Queen and Monster of the Week are both Pride Month games you can donate to Trans Lifeline for. Again, Horizon's Call back the 22nd. 23rd has the finale of Public Access Welcome Home and the finale of Twilight and the Gala of Good and Evil. 24th is the finale of Moonlight and Roseville Beach. The 27th is the last technical event for Pride Month. That will be a one-shot of the My Little Pony TTRPG run by LD. That's My Little Pony Tales of Equestria Summer Vacation, 4 p.m. Pacific time on Thursday, the 27th. After that, we do have movie nights on our Discord. You are welcome to join. The 28th at 6 p.m. Pacific time, we're going to be doing our monthly Ghibli watch, so we're watching Ponyo. And then we'll have another Monster Crush on the 30th, and then we go into July, which will probably be a little bit quieter considering all the work we put into this month. But that's okay. We'll have some more stuff coming your way. I'm looking to bring Humblewood back, looking to have a lot more games out, and we currently have an application out right now, so you can find that on our socials, on our beacons, and on our Discord. It is a game of Zenith. It is being run by one of our community members, Alex, if you are familiar with Axel Cure. And fantastic GM, one of my favorite GMs. Highly recommend checking out and applying to it. It's going to be a great time. It is a campaign on Thursdays at 4:30 Pacific time, I believe. Double check the application. All that said, we are going to raid D&D Jordan Lee tonight. So go spread some positivity over there, say some nice words, and have a great rest of your day. If you're looking for another stream, we'll be back in less than 2 hours. But if you're looking to relax for the rest of the day, take care of yourselves, take care of others, and we'll be back soon. Bye, everybody.